time is here. Crowds roll out, feel the fever near. Parkland pride is the night we own. KFMO Sports, the heart of the zone. Friday night, the battle's alive. On this field where legends thrive. KFMO, bringing the fire. High school dreams rising higher. Helmets crash under stadium lights. Blood, sweat, tears, fueling the fight. From the kickoff to the final score, Parkland grit forevermore. Friday night, the battle's alive. On this field where legends thrive. KFMO, bringing the fire. High school dreams rising higher. Helmets crash under stadium lights. Blood, sweat, tears, fueling the fight. From the kickoff to the final score, Parkland grit forevermore.
Actually, 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
High school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
This is the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO. Gilster Mary Lee has manufactured quality food products for over 125 years and is proud to be one of Southeast Missouri's largest employers. The Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO.
Terrestrial radio at AM 1240. Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley, I say in studio, but really we are at the field with Connor and Pipkin and Jace Odell, as we had to take all the equipment and put it in our mobile broadcast booth. And now with that said, we send it to the press box to our right. And here's Connor Harbit and Zach Pipkin to tell us about today's matchup, Jefferson and Central.
Thank you, Jared. Yes, we are here at Jefferson High School, home of the Blue Jays, set for week 2 of the high school football season. 2 1-0 teams set to do battle tonight. Again, it is the Jefferson Blue Jays hosting the Central Rebels. So again, Connor Harbit and Zach Pipkin with you here tonight. Zach, I think I mentioned this last week in week 1, but I like to wait 2 or 3 weeks before we really decide who are the contenders and who are the pretenders. And I think this is a big reason why. Both these teams, great week 1s. Both teams come out and pretty much put the mollywop on their opponents. Central pitching a shutout against Owensville, of course. Meanwhile, Jefferson handled Priory pretty easy. Again, 37-0 for Central. 52-7 was the score on that Jefferson Priory side. But tonight, well, I don't think you're going to find a blowout tonight. And we find out more about these two teams tonight. We should be in for a good one here on this rather testy Friday evening.
Absolutely, and I think we've got the wind blowing in. I think the cold front it was a little delayed this afternoon, so we'll see if rain is a factor like it was earlier this afternoon. But like you mentioned, a lot of it comes down to the strength of schedule to start your season. And I think if you're Central and Jefferson, I think you're happy with the way that your schedule played out. You were able to get the week 1 jitters out of the way, and now you're really able to focus on basically what the rest of the football season is like. Talking to Brian Jones last week, he said we have 9 games after this first one. It's a matter of, okay, you had all summer to prepare for Owensville and Priory. Now you have 1 week to prepare for Central and Jefferson. Now, a lot of that comes down to coaching, and I think a lot of the players are going to be excited, especially after that initial round of scoring and a lot of players getting into ball games that we may not normally see. I think the excitement level is up, and I think everybody basically escaped unscathed. But now is when the season really begins. How can you go week to week managing basically your team, your temperament, your body? How can you get from week to week? And I think that's where we're really going to see, like you said, who is a contender maybe later in the year and who maybe just is riding a week one momentum wave.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think both these teams come into this game relatively healthy. Again, when you blow out a squad, you can rotate that roster a little bit. You and I looking over the stats from week one for these two teams, players all over the place, players that we may not see here tonight. For example, Jefferson going 3 quarterbacks deep. I don't think that will be the plan here tonight. Central, on the other hand, we will likely see 2 quarterbacks, but that does so much for your team when you come out with a big week one victory, because as I mentioned with Coach Eckley last week with Farmington, you can get some of those guys some experience at the varsity level, and the quicker you can kind of get them up to speed, even if they are maybe kind of playing their fellow backups, you're much better off for it. And I think both these teams kind of got that situation last week. Here's where it gets kind of real, though. We know last year this was a game that Central won pretty handily. They were able to handle Jefferson back at their home field. But I'll tell you what, this is a Jefferson team that has some size. They definitely have some skill players who can definitely make it work. And I'll tell you what, they have some size on the line. I know you and I were talking in the pregame. I was gushing about the 300-pounder they've got here at the left guard position. So always love to see size at the line. Jefferson's got it, and I think Central is going to be up against it here today. But Jefferson, you could say the same about them because Central's got all that as well, size, speed, and the like.
Absolutely, and a lot of it's going to come down to your depth, and that was why it was so important that last week you got your players in. You were able to get guys in that you normally wouldn't necessarily get in from week to week because you never know when you'll need them. You're always one play away from somebody's season being over. I mean, that's the sad reality of it. So you have to have guys prepared for that eventuality, and a good week one like we saw last week for both of these teams never can really hurt you.
So this is the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show. Hey, just a reminder, at the end of this one, we're handing out some free pizza. It is our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Little Caesars located in Farmington. They have lunch at a price you can afford. Get 2 slices and a 20-ounce drink for just $4.50. If you're feeling a little hungrier, add a half order of breadsticks for just $1 more. Or you can get 4 slices of deep dish and a 20-ounce drink for just $5.50. Available daily from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Little Caesars in Farmington. It's also Military Appreciation Night here at Jefferson High School. A good crowd on hand here for this one. We are about, 25 minutes away from opening kickoff here in Festus. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and send it on to our first break here in the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show. When we come back, Jared, the rest of the way. We had an opportunity to speak with both head coaches ahead of today's matchup. We got that first interview on the way when we come back. But as of now, you're listening to the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show and high school football right here on your, the Parkland sports leader, KFMO Sports Plus.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trip, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 800-851-5371.
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com.
Watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. Watching high school football on joining the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the Central Rebels,
AM 1240 KFMO.
Joining the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the Central Rebels, Corey Schweiss, as we get set for week number 2 Friday night. And coach, it's always an interesting point once you get to week 1 and all that preparation for the first game, and you quickly have to turn the page into to the week 2 opponent. That's now Jefferson this year. First off, though, how'd the team handle that week 1 game against Owensville?
You know, I was pleased. I've been telling people it's been one of the most exciting victories that I've had since I've been here, just because I think the expectation level from a lot of people wasn't real high. But for me, from a personal standpoint, watching the kids who have kind of been underdogs their whole lives, not been given a whole lot of credit for anything, to watch them go out and perform the way they did, and then to watch my young coaching staff, I think elevate what they've been doing, and Jamison calling the defense and getting a shutout. Bridges calling the offense, and really I thought called a great game, especially with a first-year starter at quarterback. I thought both those guys did an outstanding job, along with Coach Best with our line play, and Coach Calver doing everything that he does. I mean, I thought all in all, it was a great first game for us.
You mentioned that first-year quarterback, Brody Pigg. He played a lot in that game, and Braden Patterson as well got some time as well. What did you see from both of them in that game on Friday last week?
I thought both of them did well. I thought, obviously Brody got to start and, ran for 100 and a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and also threw for about 100 and a couple scores. And biggest thing is he didn't turn the ball over. And when you do those things, he didn't. I mean, he executed everything. There wasn't a play that got called that he didn't know what was going on. And as far as that goes, you can't ask for much more. And I know it was his first start, but he really looked like a little veteran out there. So that was awesome to see. And then Braden got to come in and he played quite a bit. He even had a rushing touchdown as well. So I thought both those guys played well. It was positive for us for sure, because that was a big question mark coming into it. And, if they can keep answering the bell like they did Friday, we'll probably be a little bit more successful than we thought.
You like your team defensively in that game?
Yeah, I really liked our defense. Our back end, our 2 corners and 2 safeties made a lot of plays versus the run, which is good. Obviously they took care of their pass responsibilities first, and then they helped on run defense, which is usually tells you what kind of defense you're going to have. And our linebackers were tremendous. I thought our 4 linebackers played really well, and our defensive line, we rotated a lot of guys up front, and they all held their own. I thought there wasn't really one person on the defense that I thought was a glaring weakness. So that just means that there's going to be a lot of competition and just to get on our field, and that's good, because how high school football is, any kind of football, there's going to probably be a few injuries here and there, and I feel really good about the quality that we have.
Turning the page now to week 2, what do you hope the team builds off of that game?
Well, the big thing, is don't get overconfident, which I doubt this group will. I mean, Owensville didn't win a game last year, so we understand that, it probably wasn't our best opponent Friday night. I do think Owensville was probably a little bit better than they were last year, but with that being said, I thought we were a little bit better than we were last year especially in that first game. So moving forward, Friday, this game against Jefferson is going to be, a lot tougher challenge for us. I mean, they are a quality football program, and Coach Atley does a tremendous job with them. So we've got our work cut out for us, and we can't. I think these kids have been underdogs enough. I've talked about that already. I think they've been underdogs enough to know that nothing from that game is going to carry over to this game, and hopefully we can just continue to get better.
Can having that underdog mentality, especially early on in the season, be good for a team's success when they come into the game? And I guess the expectation isn't there to win, knowing that they're coming in as underdogs, and maybe they can play above expectations, if you will?
Well, and that's kind of a funny question, because I think the expectation level from the coaching staff and the players is no different than it's been in the past. I think when we talk about the expectations, I think it's from outsiders. I think people like fans and maybe even the community, maybe even other teams were really expecting us to be down this year. And I'm not saying we're going to be as good as we were, when we won the state championship, or all those years we went to the quarterfinals. But I think our kids and our coaches expect to be excellent. And we may not have that top-end talent. People might watch us and think, well, you start looking at August Black and Karis Foster, and I think when people start seeing the guys like Nick Fowler and Brody Cole and some of these other kids, Brody Pig developing, they might be like, well, I thought they didn't say they were going to have these top-end talent. Well, you have to develop it. We're young. August is only a sophomore. Karis and those guys are juniors. So I'm not saying we don't have the top-end talent. It's just not fully developed yet. And I think as the season goes on, they've been working really hard. People may say, and they're a lot more talented than we thought. And I may be even one of those guys. So, and I think it's one of those things. I think the kids that grow up in our program understand where the bar is, and I think they do everything that they possibly can to get there, and that's what these kids have done.
Week 2 opponent, Jefferson the Blue Jays, a team last year that you guys had won that game on your home field. Now this year it's at Jefferson. What do you expect out of the Blue Jays?
Well, they remind me a lot of a Valley Catholic team. They're good up front, which is where it all starts, and their nose tackle, one of their offensive linemen, he bench presses like 450 and squats over 600. They got like 3 quality offensive linemen that class 2 all-state caliber kids. So they're good up front. And then when you watch them play, they fly around, they get to the football. All the things that you watch when you put on the tape that you try to tell if a team's good or bad, everything that they've got is good. So, I thought they were a good football team last year when we played them. I thought that was the best game we played last year against them. And I think they're quite a bit better than they were last year. So we're going to have our hands full for sure.
Coach, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right. Thanks, Jared. I appreciate it.
That's Corey Schweiss, head coach of the Central Rebels. Back with more after this on AM 1240 KFMO, the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on the Parkland Sports Leader.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse in Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kennel in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kettle has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse in Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection. Every meal is made fresh, served with a smile. Legendary food, legendary service coming together for a legendary experience. Only at Texas Roadhouse in Festus.
When you can't be bothered to fuss with being your own barista, McDonald's McCafe has every cup to make a busy day delicious. With any size for the same price, get a premium roast coffee for $1.69, iced coffee for $2.29, and specialty coffee for $3.29. Don't stress over the mess of making it yourself. Whether you like things simple with a premium roast coffee or sweet with an iced caramel macchiato, we'll do the coffee crafting for you any way you like.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points.
Joined the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the Jefferson Blue Jays in his 4th season, Matt Atlee. Coach, it's always a fun time once we get to Friday night and football time and week 2, but there was a game last week and you guys dominated Priory. Obviously, you take some from week 1, but week 1's really, I guess, a filling out process. What did you learn about your team in that game?
I think we're more physical than we initially thought we would be. I think we did some things really well fundamentally. Schematically, we got a lot of things to clean up. But, I like where we're at least from the physical side of things and the fundamental side of things.
When going into week 1 and preparing, you got 2 weeks of practice before week 1. You only get 1 week of practice for week 2. So how quickly is that transition from preparing for week 1 into preparing for week 2?
For us, it's not really much different. We don't start preparing for the week 1 opponent until the week of the week 1 game. We want to make sure we understand what we're doing and we know our rules and we know our schemes as good as our kids can. So, it's about the same for our kids right now.
Defensively, what'd you like from your team in that game?
We flew around. We weren't afraid to hit. A lot of hats to the ball. And when you rally tackle like that, it's hard for people to gain yards. I think we had 70 yards of negative offense. There are forced 70 yards of negative offense. So, anytime you can do that, you're in for a good night.
Offensively, 52 points. That's honestly a high number for a high school football game. Is that what you expected coming into that game? And is that a number that might drop a little bit as the season goes along?
Well, yeah, I'm sure we're not going to average 52 points a week. I would love it if that's the case. But, we also had a touchdown on special teams. We had a touchdown on defense. So it wasn't all offense. We also had a lot of short fields that were caused by what our defense was able to do. So if our defense can continue to put us in spots like that, we can be a fairly high-scoring offense. And I think we have weapons to be a high-scoring offense either way. We just got to make sure we're clean and crisp with what we're doing.
Special teams is always an important part of the game, but when you're scoring on special teams, that can kind of propel the confidence level of the team up even more and get that, I don't want to say animosity, that's not the right word, but I guess camaraderie within the organization. Is that something that really can help a team improve as the season goes along?
Yeah, special teams can cause touchdowns. They can also give up touchdowns. And I can look back to all our losses and special teams play a huge role in all of those. And all our wins, special teams plays a huge role in. So we got to make sure that we continue to utilize those and we focus on them to the best of our ability.
You got the Central Rebels here in week 2 on your home field. Last year it was a tough matchup, but this year things change every year. So things are looking differently this year as opposed to last year. What do you know about Central this season?
Well, I know it's going to be a tough matchup this year, just like it was last year. Anytime you're going up against Park Hill Central and the stuff they do, I know Coach Weiss is a great team over there and a great program. They're big, they're physical. They have a lot of kids coming back. I thought losing the Jackson Jones kid, their linebacking core would be a little bit down, and they're not. They're very good. Defensively, they fly around, they make plays, and they make things really hard on you. So we got to make sure we're very sound with what we're doing all night. And if we do that, we can run the ball on command, I think we'll be all right.
Coach, best of luck tonight. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Matt Atlee, head coach of the Jefferson Blue Jays. We'll be back with more on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on KFMO Sports Plus.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank, always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. You're watching
over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. Farmington's at St. Clair. The Potosi Trojans, who are 0-1, play the 1-0 Charleston Blue Jays. North County is at Glenwood, Illinois. St. Genevieve at University City. St. Vincent hosts Valley Catholic. Festus is at home against Francis House Central. SLU plays at Hillsboro. Fredericktown's at Herculaneum in a battle of the Black Cats. DeSoto's at Perryville. And Windsor host Afton. Kickoff coming up after this on KFMO.
You've been listening to the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO. Gilster Mary Lee has manufactured quality food products for over 125 years and is proud to be one of Southeast Missouri's largest employers.
Stay tuned. The opening kick is next after these messages.
At Texas. Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski. Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, this is Trent Quiava, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner, or sleek fiberglass design to year-round pool and spa services. And the
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner, or sleek fiberglass design to year-round pool and spa services. And the retail store is open all year long to help maintain your pool and spa. Trust Home Pools and Spas to make your backyard the ultimate retreat. Visit them today and they'll bring your vision to life. Home Pools and Spas, where paradise begins.
Get a large two-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza.
But wait, I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
But wait!
Big deals. These days, we all want our money to go just a little bit further. We also want to support local businesses. When you visit the Big Deals online store, you can do both. Shop anytime. The store is always open and loaded with great deals. Buy discounted gift certificates to local businesses and spend them just like cash. Visit online or download the Big Deals app to shop right from your phone. Shop local, buy local with Big Deals.
To save big, go to b104fm.com or kfmo.com and click on the Big Deals logo.
Festus at Jefferson High School, home of the Blue Jays, set for week 2 of the high school football season. Again, the Blue Jays play host to the Central Rebels. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin with you on the call here today. Central won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, which means it will be Jefferson back to receive. They send 2 men back in Evan Botkin and Logan Vandeven. Set to kick it away here for Central. That will be Evan Neff, a freshman, set to kick for the Rebels. As again, 2 teams 1-0, both teams coming off a blowout, set to do battle tonight. The whistle blows, Neff will kick it. It's a very short kick, and it's going to head out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Not sure if that was the designed way to start this one off, but it will give Jefferson very good field position to start off their first drive.
Absolutely, and I mean, it basically went out at the perfect spot. They're only gaining a net of 1 yard from the penalty there, and one of the returners back there for Jefferson nearly touched it and thought about letting it go out of bounds, and he was able to let it go out of bounds. And I think that's what the discussion is right now, is to make sure that it's going to be placed at the correct position.
Ball will be placed here, it looks like, at the 39-yard line for the Blue Jays. So again, good field position. It was Brandon Crater who almost touched the ball at that time. We'll get to his name in just a moment. After this first play, we've got your Blue Jays starting offense. That was, of course, your Boyd & Associates opening kickoff. Turning complicated matters into simple concepts, John Boyd with Boyd & Associates has been bringing accounting integrity, character, client focus, and dedication to our local community for 20 years. Starting quarterback Cooper Frisk. He'll take the handoff, or should I say the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off over to Tyler Crater. He'll get himself a yard or 2 before Central swarms to the ball. It'll be about 2nd down and 8, gain of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. So let's get that Jefferson Blue Jays starting offense, your American Family Insurance starting lineups. It will be Cooper Frisk. He's a senior. That'll be your quarterback for the evening. You'll have a couple of running backs. That would be the senior Tyler Crater. He'll get the start. Brandon Crater as well. He is a junior. You have 2 wide receivers. That would be the senior Noah Bueller. He's 6'1", 160, and 5'10", 155-pound senior Logan Vandeven. Then up on the line, you've got a tight end here in 6'2", 185-pound senior Aiden Ussery. As we get a quarterback run here from Cooper Frisk, he'll find himself to the 50-yard line. That's a 1st down and 10 on the gain of 9. But looking at the line here, left tackle, that's 6'2", 230-pound junior Josh Therrett. At left guard, 6 foot, 310-pound senior Aiden Allen. At center, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore Chase Young. At right guard, 5'10", 220-pound junior Holden Green. And finally at right tackle, that is 6'3", 265-pound senior Troy Jefferson. So after the 9-yard gain for Cooper Frisk, it's 1st down and 10, ball at midfield. Shotgun formation, 1 back in the backfield. Man sent in motion, that's Aiden Kench. He'll take the handoff. No, it's a fake. Frisk going to keep it himself. He will stretch out, trying to get anything as he's pushed out of bounds. It's going to be a small gain, if anything. They'll give him about a half yard. So we'll mark it down as 1. Well, no, they actually gave him 2 on the stretch. How about it? Well, no. Now they're going to move it back to the 49. I think everybody was a little bit confused there, but it's a loss of 1. Excuse me there. And so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, the official on this near sideline did not give Frisk the extension as he tried to go out of bounds, so they're going to mark it at the Jefferson 49.
Pistol formation on 2nd down 11. We get a flag. Play is whistled dead. Somebody jumped early. I think it might have been on the Jefferson side. It will be false start called here on the Blue Jays, and that'll make it 2nd down and 16. After this play, we'll take a look at the Central defensive alignment here today. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. A 3-4-4, if you will. Again, 2nd down and 16, ball back in Jefferson territory on their own 44-yard line. A nice evening here in Festus as long as the rain stays away. 2 wide receivers left. Again, Frisk in shotgun formation. Brandon Crater in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Frisk looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's in trouble. Chad Cosby going to get there. He picks up the sack. Chad Cosby got around the end, brings him on down. And that's going to make it 3rd down and a long, long way to go. It's a loss of 5 here for the Blue Jays. So let's quickly take a look here at this Central defensive arrangement. Again, as I mentioned, you've got 3 up front. Defensive end Silas Richardson. He's a 6'5", 265-pound junior. Nose tackle Wesley Williams, 5'11", 210 pounds. He's a senior as well. And then Abel Mills, the other defensive end up front, 6'6", 205. Again, he is a junior. 4 defensive backs. That would be the 5'11", 175-pound senior Nick Fowler, as Frisk will roll out to his left, going to pass it up the left sideline, falls incomplete. It will be 4th down. August Black, another defensive back, a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore. 2 safeties over the top. That's 5'7", 145-pound junior Brady Schweiss and 5'9", 170-pound junior Karis Foster. Then your 4 linebackers, 5'11", 180-pound senior Dakota Bowers, 5'10", 175-pound junior Brody Diaz, Max Woods, a senior at 5'10", 190 pounds, and finally Chad Cosby picked up the sack earlier, 5'11", 185. He is a senior as well. After the incomplete pass, Jefferson will line up to punt. Again, those are your starting lineups, brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Harry Peterson. Located at 700 West Karsh Boulevard in Farmington, the Harry Peterson American Family Insurance Agency is proud to protect the dreams of families right here in our community, because supporting you off the court, off the field, is just as important as cheering with you in the stands. The court, the field, anywhere. Punt was shanked a little bit, did not go very far, in fact, just to the central 45. So the Rebels, they will have good field position as well. Nice first drive there for the Central defense.
Yeah, they gave up the early first down and then were able to stiffen up. I think they wanted to get kind of a feel of the offense that they were getting ready to see, and that punt there only a net of 17 yards, so that'll give Central a good field position. The officials are going to mark it just shy of the Central 45.
First down and 10 for the Rebels. Brody Pigg, the sophomore, will lead the Central offense out. One of 2 quarterbacks we will see today for the Rebels. Shotgun formation, 1 back in the backfield. He'll send Karis Foster in motion to the right. Somebody jumped early, and it looks like might be coming in on the offensive side. It looks like Abel Mills at that right tackle position was a little bit over-eager on that play. False start on Central, and that'll back him up to the just shy of the 40-yard line, where it'll be first down and 15. After this first play, we'll get to the Central offense today.
And that was the same penalty that we saw against Jefferson on their opening drive, a man in motion and trying to get that snap timing down. I don't think everybody was on the same page with the shotgun snap, trying to get the center and the quarterback and the man in motion and everybody trying to get all aligned at the same time.
Same formation, 2 wide receivers lined up to the right. Again, Foster sent in motion. He'll take the handoff. He'll look to get around the end. Now push it off toward the sideline. He's past the line of scrimmage for maybe a gain of 2 or 3. He'll get to the 43, it looks like, and that'll make it second down and 12. Let's look at this Central offense now. As we mentioned, it's the 6-foot sophomore Brody Pigg getting the start today at quarterback. We will almost certainly see 5'10 senior Braden Patterson as well. It's a 2-quarterback system for the Rebels this year. At running back, 5'10 sophomore August Black. And then you'll have a couple wide receivers as well. That is the 5'9 junior Karis Foster and the 5'11 senior in Nick Fowler. 2 tight ends listed as starters. That would be 5'11 senior Chad Cosby and 5'10 senior Max Woods. And then the 5 up front at right tackle, 6'6 junior Abel Mills. As we get an incomplete pass, Karis Foster unable to bring in the screen pass. Ball is incomplete. That'll make it third down and 12. At right guard, 5'11 senior Dakota Bowers. At center, 6'5 junior Silas Richardson. At left guard, 5'11 sophomore Evan Schaefer. And finally at left tackle, that's 6'2 junior Keegan Sherrill. Eventually we'll take a look here at the Jefferson defense, but as it stands, we've got a third down and 12. Central will need to get to the Blue Jay 45-yard line if they want to keep this drive alive. It will be Pigg again in shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers set with 1 back in the backfield, that being Black. Man set in motion, and it looks like somebody jumped again. This time it might be Jefferson. Looks like the big man up front. That was Aiden Allen. I think he might have been the first to move. We'll wait for the call, and it is going to be offsides here on Jefferson.
Yeah, and that ball was snapped as soon as he went across the line. I would assume that is taught to make sure that the defender cannot get a chance to get back onside, and that'll make this third and the short side of long here, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, as you said. Devin Graff sent in motion. Pigg looking to air it out. In some trouble. Gets away from Allen, but he still has to find some room. Eventually, Jefferson's going to get to the football, and it's a sack for the Blue Jays on 3rd down as well. That'll make it 4th down and 11. A loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, and Brody Pigg, he was just trying to he kept stepping up into the pocket, but he was stepping up into the pressure. And being a little bit of a smaller quarterback, wasn't able to see over the top of his lineman to try to get that ball downfield. And that kind of led into the short sack there for Jefferson.
Nick Fowler on to punt it away here for Central. Looks like One man back to receive for Jefferson. Punt is away. It's a solid one. And it's going to take a solid central hop. Too much of a hop, though, as it does roll into the end zone for a touchback. And so Jefferson will start their second drive from the 20.
Yeah, and I think if you're Jefferson, you've got to be really impressed with that opening a stand there, especially for your defense. Everybody's got the fresh legs. We didn't talk about this a lot last week, but there wasn't really a whole lot of two-way starters in that game. I mean, once you get to this size of school, everybody's going to have to go both ways. So we're going to really see what this conditioning is made out of, especially for a lot of those guys that may not have played every down last week. We talked about the big margins of victory. Got a lot of guys in, but you also maybe didn't build up that game stamina that you'll have later in the year.
Yeah, we were mentioning that it looks like two of the starting defensive linemen also start on the offensive line for Jefferson. Man sent in motion. Cooper Frisk, it looks to be a keeper. Tries to get around the end here. Still trying to find some room as he's pushed out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage. Tell you what, Frisk a little bit lucky that he didn't get taken down behind the line. It looks like somebody got around there. It might have been Wesley Williams, the nose tackle, who actually broke through the offensive line there. Also went on the play there. It looked like that might have also been Dakota Bowers, who came around the right end, kind of chased him down a little bit, but it will be a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Jefferson's lucky there wasn't a holding call. It was Bowers that was able to get back in the backfield early, and then he kind of got held by the running back, kind of lead blocking for Frisk, and they were lucky it was only a gain of 1 and not a loss of 10.
2nd down and 9. Handoff up the middle. That is one of the Craters. That would be Tyler Crater on the carry. 23 and 24. We'll work on that. Tyler Crater, he gets a couple yards, but it is going to set up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, but Jefferson's coach talked about, we thought they may have lost something with their linebacking core with losing Jackson Jones to graduation this last year. I think Central is showing up and showing out here their athleticism in that second level.
Yeah, this is a Rebels team that did return quite a bit of their key players. Obviously, Jackson Jones a big loss, but still some quality talent on both sides of the ball. Frisk looking to air it out here on 3rd down. He's going to tuck and run. He's going to try to get it himself. He'll cross the 25, get to about the 28. He'll end up a few yards short. Looks to be a gain of 5, but it will be 4th down. No, they give him 6. How about 4th down? No, I was right the first time. Gain of 5, 4th down and 2, and now Jefferson might have a decision to make. You try to get the 2 yards here, or
4th and 3, Blue Jays.
Do you punt it away? Do you try to draw Central offside? You can hear the screams all the way from the Rebels sideline. Watch for the snap count. That's exactly what they tried to do as Frisk now looks toward the sideline. Now he'll drop back to punt. Karis Foster will head back to receive. Snap is away. Frisk gets the punt off. Solid punt. Foster comes up on it. Calls, no, did not call fair catch. Going to try to return it. Might have been the wrong call as he's tackled immediately. Still, though, able to pick it up here at about the Central 40-yard line. Did a good job of hanging on to the ball there with Jefferson pretty much bearing down on him.
Absolutely, and as long as an athlete like Karis Foster can hang on to the ball, I'm okay with that as a coach. I would say, you know what, you can make something happen, and he almost had a little bit of a gap there. I think he kind of initially bobbled that catch, and once he was able to kind of reel that in and haul it in, I think he was able to try to start, but by that time he was covered up.
So Central back out for their second offensive drive of the day. Almost halfway through this first quarter, 6:11 on the clock. After this play, we'll meet the Jefferson starting defense. Low snap, handled here by Pig. Pig just going to carry it himself. Might have been a busted play, might have been a design keeper. Either way, Pig is able to find about 4 yards. No, 3 they'll give him. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Let's look at this Jefferson starting defense. They will have 3 up front. At the end, you'll have the 6'3 senior Troy Jefferson, and then at nose tackle, it's the 6-foot-tall, 310-pound senior Aiden Allen. At the other end, you've got 6'2 junior Josh Thierrett, and then you have 5 linebackers, quote-unquote. A bit of a funky defense for Jefferson, but at one of those linebacker spots, you'll have 5'10 junior Brandon Crater, 6'2 senior Aiden Ussery, 5'10 junior Holden Green, and 5'10 senior Tyler Crater. The other linebacker, that'll be 5'6 junior Evan Botkin. Another quarterback keeper on 2nd down. Pig swallowed up, just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 6. You have 2 defensive backs. That's 5'10 senior Logan Vandeven and 6'1 senior Noah Bueller, and 1 safety over the top. That is 5'8 sophomore Parker Taylor. Again, starting lineups brought to you by American Family Insurance, Harry Peterson, located at 700 West Karsh Boulevard in Farmington. 4:59 on the clock. No water breaks tonight since the temperatures dropped to a satisfactory level. Central faces 3rd down and 6. Again, 4:50 on the clock. Shotgun formation. One back in the backfield. Man sent in motion. Makes it 3 on the right-hand side. Pig looking to air it out. Screen play caught by Devin Graff. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He's past the secondary, and he might be gone. To the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Central. A screen play. They got the blockers they needed. And Central strikes first with 4:30 to go in the first. It's 6-0.
Yeah, and that's the first completion for Brody Pig today. And that's a great way to start. That's a textbook Central Rebel play right there, and was able to get some nice blocking on the outside, really kind of gave him the space, and then just using pure speed to be able to bust it down the middle of the field. Kind of, we tell everybody, go to the sideline, go away from the defenders. He challenged those defenders to catch him, and nobody was able to. Great job from Devin Graff.
Split that safety, split that cornerback. Graff, a 5'8 senior, picks up the first points of the game. Central on to attempt the PAT. And Graff will attempt to make it 7 points for himself here. Also will serve as the team's place kicker today. Snap is good, holds good. Graff's kick is way too low. Kind of rolled up the lineman there. It's no good. It'll stay 6-0. But Graff, he got the yardage he needed. He'll find a touchdown pass from his quarterback, Brody Pig. Central leads 6-0. 4:29 left to go here in the first. We'll come right back. You're listening to high school football here on KFMO Sports Plus and the KFMO app. The day coming from the Central Rebels, a 56-yard touchdown pass. Brody Pig to Devin Graff. The Rebels are on the board, and now Jefferson trying to answer as we return here to Jefferson High School in Festus. Again, 6-0. PAT, no good. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin here in the booth tonight. Jared Pettis, Braden Cooley off to our left today here on site, but still doing the same job as always. Expect to hear from them with some updates in just a few moments. Cooper Frisk on the pass, a little bit overthrown, could have been interceptable there. Central unable to get their hands on it. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he was just trying to get a nice little chunk play there and try to get his guy on basically a comeback route and just overshot him. And Nick Fowler almost was able to kind of sneak up and grab it, but it was too far out of the reach for him. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Should say ball on the 38-yard line of Jefferson. It was another short kick. A modest return for the Blue Jays. Again, pistol formation with 2 wide receivers lined up to the right. Man sent in motion, that's Kench. High snap, Frisk brings it down. Screen play, pass is caught. Spinning to his left, that is Vandeven. And it looks like he will be tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2. Central doing a great job right now, I think, of getting to the ball carrier. They are flying downhill and making it really hard for these Jefferson skill players to really use their speed. They're not able to get to that next level.
Yeah, and that's why this 3-4 look can sometimes really be beneficial, especially if you're trying to cover side to side. You're giving up the middle of the field, but you're also covering those sidelines where you may be more vulnerable, especially if you're small at the cornerback or at the defensive back position like Central is. It's definitely a good look.
Third down and 12, another screen play. This one's caught by Ussery, but again, Central's able to get there, and again, they will lose yardage. Ussery breaks out of the pile, but for momentum already called, it'll be fourth down, and it looks like they'll say no gain. Make it fourth down and 12, and it looks like Jefferson going to have no other choice but to punt it away once more.
Yep, and that time he was just the screen plays are being caught behind the line of scrimmage, and like you said, they are really swarming to the ball, and they're not really letting them have any yards after catch. So that may be something that Jefferson looks for later in this ball game, to maybe try to extend the field, extend more downfield rather than side to side.
High snap here. Frisk in some trouble, has to evade some tacklers before he gets that punt away. It's a solid punt. Foster going to let it bounce. It rolls back toward the Jefferson end zone. They'll have to fall on it. Central will take over at the 35-yard line. 2:51 left to go in the first, and Central has an opportunity to maybe make it a multi-score lead. So far, the defense has looked impressive. We knew that defense is impressive. They blanked Owensville last week, but so far so good once again for the Rebels defense.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job of not allowing Frisk to make plays. I mean, he is a smaller quarterback. We see him run the ball quite a bit, so it's going to be interesting to see if that continues to be a trend. Maybe start to wear out the Central linebacking core that we've had so much praise for.
One man in the backfield here. It looks like that's your second quarterback. No, that's actually August Black. That was a wildcat formation. Thought that might have been Braden Patterson all alone back there, but no, it was actually Black who gets his first carry of the day. Jukes around, gets himself a solid gain of 7. Second down and 3. Saw Black a lot last year as a freshman, back for his sophomore campaign. Definitely one of the breakout players of that Central team last year.
Absolutely. You don't necessarily get a lot of production from freshmen, but I think he was kind of launched into that role at running back where Central was thin last year, and I think we're going to see him be utilized maybe a little bit less frequently, but maybe more efficiently.
Pig back in. It'll be a keeper this time. Designed quarterback run. He's across the 45 to the 46. Gain of 5. That's enough for a first down. Needed 3, got 4. Or needed 4, got 5. Nope. Needed 3, got 4. I'm still not good at numbers. Never have been, never will be, but it is enough for a first down. First down and 10, under 2 to go in the first quarter.
I do have the stat keeping sheet right in front of me, so it's much more beneficial for me than it is for you.
Yeah, I'm just guessing out here today. Shotgun formation for Pig. Again, first down and 10 on the 46. Going to send a man in motion. Looking to pass. It's another quick screen to the left. Karis Foster makes a man miss, moves backwards a little bit, now crosses midfield. Inside Jefferson territory, gets to about the 48 for a gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4. And that's where Foster really excels, when he can kind of make some moves, try to make some defenders miss. What would have been maybe about 3 or 4 turns into 6. We'll send it over to Jared for a quick scoring update. Jared, what do you have for us?
I got a score from St. Clair, guys. It's the Farmington Knights and the St. Clair Bulldogs. They are late in the first quarter, not tied up, excuse me. 7-0 Bulldogs lead, rushing touchdown, point after good. And University City, the Dragons and the Lions tied up in the second quarter, 7 apiece. They started an hour early. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jared. Second down and 4. Pig will take the handoff. Another design quarterback keeper. Gets between the tackle and that tight end, that being Max Woods on the right side of the line. It looks to be a gain of maybe 2 yards here. Third down and 4. Ball's placed on the 40. Nope, it's going to be no gain. Third down and 4.
Yeah, and we'll see. This is going to be 4 down territory for Central. Definitely got to have this first down here, I think.
Yeah, in Jefferson territory and with a potential 4th down and short, I got to imagine with the way your defense has been playing, you'd go for it in this situation. We'll have to see if that comes to pass, though. Trying to get Jefferson to jump. They don't take the bait. Pig will keep it himself, falls forward, might actually have enough for the first down. See where they place it, and yeah, they're going to give him the first down. Gain of 4 as we send it over to Jared for another update.
Yeah, just gave you that St. Clair score. Well, Farmington scored twice in 2 minutes. They're up 13-7 with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. They just missed a PAT. Back to you guys.
Well, with the way Farmington runs their offense, that's going to be happening a lot. A team that can definitely score quickly as we wrap up the first quarter here in Festus. We'll have a first down and 10 for Central when we come back. They lead the Jefferson Blue Jays 6-0. Back with that second quarter. You are listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Shelter Insurance, Joy speaking.
It's Aubrey. I need to file a claim.
How can I help?
When I got home from school today, I found the house completely in shambles. All the windows are broken, the roof is ripped off, and the kitchen is destroyed.
Put your brother on the phone.
Mitchell, Mom's on the phone.
When the unexpected strikes, you can count on Shelter Insurance to be there when you need us most.
First play of the second quarter, a loss of 2. Nick Fowler unable to find any open space with the football. Now here's a snap that gets away from the quarterback, Pig. Pig going to try to pick it up, slips, and it looks like Jefferson may have fell on that football. Pig tried to pick it up and run with it. However, he left the football behind, and Jefferson is able to get to it. Gavin Green recovers the fumble for the Blue Jays, and they have great field position. They take over. 11 minutes left to go in the second on the central 36-yard line.
Yeah, and that's just another mistiming of the snap, as Karis Foster was basically trying to come across the formation, and I think that may have kind of blocked Brody Pig to get that ball. And that's something that a young quarterback, you're going to have those moments, and that's something that you've just got to live with. And you tell your guy, hey, next time just fall on it, because he was trying to pick it up and make something out of it. You got to save possession there. And now you've given Jefferson great field position as they are at the central 36.
Farthest they've gone into Rebel territory here tonight. It's first down and 10. Again, ball on the central 36. Cooper Frisk, quarterback keeper, runs it right up the middle, past the 30, still on his feet as he gets to around the 26-yard line. Make it a gain of 11 here on first down for the quarterback, Frisk. And it's first down and 10. Frisk, tell you what, he's listed as the quarterback. They have a starting running back, but it's been all fakes today. Frisk has really been tasked with kind of running this offense by his lonesome today.
Yeah, and we saw that last week with Tatum Tinsley, and I think this is going to be more of a run-based offense. We've seen the Blue Jays look downfield a little bit, but it really nothing has been there so far. They've been trying to go screen passes, and they just really haven't had much of anything. That's really their first big chunk play of offense.
2 wide receivers to the left. Another keeper here for Frisk. Jukes to his right, spin move, still on his feet, trying to cross the 20, gets inside the red zone to the 15, the 10, the 5, pushed out of bounds. One man back there for Central, able to save what would have been a Jefferson touchdown, but another big gain for Frisk. It looks to be a gain of 21 yards. Brody Diaz saving what would have been the touchdown for Jefferson that time, but that'll make it first down and goal.
Yeah, and they're going quick here. They're not going to let Central try to reset and get a goal line stand set up.
Frisk keeps it himself once again, going back to the well, forward, into the end zone, touchdown Jefferson. Tell you what, Cooper Frisk, he took advantage. All 36 yards of the drive go to the quarterback as he punches it in for 6. Jefferson a chance to take the lead pending this PAT.
And those play calls were nothing fancy. It was snap it to the quarterback, let him make something happen. And that time, Cooper Frisk, we've seen him on the basketball court. We know he's a heck of an athlete. And he was able to kind of find the holes and creases and was able to bust it outside of that containment of the linebacking core that we've had so much praise for so far tonight. And we'll see if that's maybe something that continues to be a trend here, is maybe they really try to lean on Frisk and his athleticism.
Jefferson going to go for 2. PAT brought to you by Complete Vision Care with locations in Leadington and Festus. Of course, we're here in Festus tonight. Frisk dropping back to pass, looking for that slant route across the middle. Ball is dropped, we remain tied here at 6. Complete Vision Care offers quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for routine exams and anything regarding your eye care since 1966. Again, we're all tied up at 6 with 10:27 to go here in the second quarter. We'll come right back. You're listening to high school football on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse in Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection. Every meal is made fresh, served with a smile. Legendary food, legendary service coming together for a legendary experience. Only at Texas Roadhouse in Festus.
An opportunity to return one here following the Jefferson touchdown. He returns it for about 4 or 5 yards. It was a ground ball kick, which means Central will have good field position here. They take over on the Rebel 37-yard line. 6-6, 10:22 left to go here in the second quarter. A 5-yard touchdown run for the Jefferson QB, Cooper Frisk. Means we are tied in the early goings. Central gives up their first points of the 2025 season. Pistol formation. Pig still in at quarterback. He'll hand it off here on first down. No opportunities. No. Black is going to slip away. What can he do with it now as he tries to find the left sideline? He's being chased down, crosses the original line of scrimmage, and eventually is pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Black turned what would have been maybe a loss of 3, ran about 30 yards, and will get about 6 yards for the effort. Nice play there from the sophomore Black.
Yeah, I think he ran about 30 yards to get a pickup of 6, and definitely basically took it from a loss of 5 to 10 to make it a solid gain, and was able to do a nice job to tightrope down that far sideline to keep himself in bounds. You see a lot of times these guys take that shallow angle. They're not able to get out to that far and be able to get upfield, but he did a good job there, and I think that may be the kind of momentum shift that Central needs to get a good drive going here.
Low snap. Pig able to get the handoff, though. Here is Black. He's into the secondary. Jukes back to his left. Crosses the Jefferson 45. He's down to the 41-yard line. Black with back-to-back big carries. This one, he'll get the yardage. All the way across midfield to the Blue Jay 41-yard line. First down and 10. It's a gain of about 16 yards. That time, Black didn't have to do anything fancy, just run right up the middle.
Yeah, and that's a testament to this O-line, giving him a nice, clear lane to run, and then was able to make a couple moves, but able to hold on to the ball and get Central set up here with a nice first down in Jefferson territory.
First down and 10. Again, ball into Jefferson 41. Hand off here to Black. Black jukes back toward his left. Spins out here to about the 37. Make it a gain of 4. Second down and 6 incoming. 9:22 left to go in this first half. Quick moving first half. Neither team airing it out too much. Both teams more content to keep it on the ground. And got started right at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Game about 33 minutes old. It started to rain here in Festus as well. The umbrellas have come out. Fortunately, our outdoor crew today, they've got some tents to stay under, so everybody's staying dry. Second down and 6. Handoff here. Karis Foster on the carry this time. He'll be tackled in the backfield for what looks like a 1-yard loss. Foster, much like Black on his first carry of the drive, just nowhere to go. Jefferson fought their way through immediately.
Yeah, and that time Central took their time getting up to the line. They weren't really necessarily running no huddle, but they weren't necessarily taking a lot of time. That time they ran some substitutions in and out, and I think that allowed Jefferson to kind of gain a sense of composure here and kind of really settle in as it's getting ready to be third down, and they're going to say it's going to be third and 8.
Yeah, they actually moved him back a little bit further than I thought they would. Third down and 8. Approaching the 8-minute mark here in this first half. Second quarter. Pig in shotgun formation, looking to pass. Pump fake. Now we'll throw it down the left sideline. Foster giving chase, but it's just over his outstretched arms. Incomplete. Fourth down, but I think we are still in 4-down territory. We'll see what Coach Schweiss elects to do here.
Yeah, Foster was able to break free late. The cornerback on the outside really jammed him and forced him to go around him to the sideline. And Pig, he had to get rid of that ball because he got drilled as he let go, and that time just put a little bit too much on it. We'll see what the Rebels have on 4th down and long. We'll call it 4th and 8.
4th and 8. They're going to line up in the same formation here with 2 wide receivers lined up to the right, 2 to the left as well. 5 men up front trying to get him to jump, and I think Jefferson did. I think it's Aiden Allen. They already got him once earlier in the first quarter. Might have got him again, and this will turn this 4th down into something a little more simple.
Yeah, and I think that's just mental exhaustion here. As you're starting to approach the midpoint of that second quarter, really starting to maybe feel it kind of in your legs and in your lungs. We see some hands on hips from the guys that are going both ways. That's just a mistake that you cannot have, as he is lined up over the ball right now, and I believe.
Yeah, we didn't have 11 players on the field here for Central. It's going to be 4th down and 3. Play clock down to 15. Pig under center for the first time tonight. Again, need to get to the 32-yard line. Men sent in motion. It's going to be a handoff in I formation. August Black immediately breaks through. He's got the first down and some extra yards as well. Just outside the red zone, gets down to the 22. Gain of 14 when you just needed the 3. And that's just the speed there of Black. Got the hole he needed. And more than happy to get to that top speed.
Yeah, you mentioned those men in motion. That was just overloading that right side of the line. And that's what we talked about earlier with that 3 front. If you're only running 3, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage at the line of scrimmage, and you're really hoping that your linebacking core can fill those holes. And that time the play just developed way too fast.
Same formation. Chad Cosby sent in motion over to the left. Now going to send another man in motion. That's Dakota Bowers, kind of a fullback kind of situation. It's another handoff to Black. Same play, just flip it. And it's another solid chunk of yardage here for Black. He'll get inside the red zone to about the 16-yard line. Just flip it and run it again.
Yeah, and we've seen this is basically the August Black drive. If last drive was Cooper Frisk, this is August Black. Karis Foster had one play, and every other play has been August Black and his ability to run the ball and kind of find the creases and holes as they're actually going to move it back a yard, make it a pickup of 5.
They would do that to me.
They would do that to us, partner.
They do that to me every game.
We are in this together, you and I.
2nd down and 5. 5-6 yards. I'm sure Black's fine either way. Pig going to mishandle the snap once again. Still has trouble falling on it. This time he's going to dive, and it looks like he got there first this time, but that's going to pretty much negate the forward progress of the last play and move them back outside the 25-yard line. It's a big loss here. Turns it into 3rd down and looks to be 13 yards. Loss of 8 on the bad snap. Yeah. I think that one was handleable, though. I think Pig maybe just kind of caught it with the fingertips.
Yeah, and it was a little high and towards his right shoulder, and I think whenever he went to go get it, he pushed it back and made the situation even worse. That time he was able to finally corral it and fall on it, but it was a hot potato down there on the ground, and Jefferson just about had another turnover.
Central's last drive ended on a lost fumble, almost ended the exact same way. Central will go 2 shotgun formation, trips to the right. That includes Graff, Fowler, and Foster. Pig able to handle the snap this time, looking to go to the air. Screen play, August Black with the reception. He's got some room. He's past the 15 to the left sideline, out of bounds. Around the 1st down marker, they're going to give him the 11 or 12, it looks like. That'll be a gain of 18-19. It's enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 10, but just outside the end zone here. Not quite 1st and goal yet, but might as well be when you're on the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and that play almost didn't come together all the way, as the pass was just a little underthrown as Pig was trying to get it up over his linemen that were breaking downfield. He was able to do a good job and get it down to his receiver, Black.
Black will take the handoff this time, dives forward to about the 10. Gain of 1 means 2nd down and 9. 5.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Again, 6-6 our score. Both teams 1 touchdown today. Central through the air, Jefferson on the ground. Both teams failing their PAT tries. Central going for the kick, Jefferson going for 2. Neither were able to convert. 3 running backs in the backfield. It's a power I formation here. Pitch out to the right. Black swept under the legs there. He's tackled in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, kind of more of a, you call it a power eye. I'm going to call it a super eye, as
Sure.
they had Bowers in the backfield with for the extra fullback, but we saw them really overload the line of scrimmage. And once they took Bowers off the line of scrimmage and kind of spread things out a little bit more, Jefferson's been able to really knife through that offensive front. Be interested to see if Central, if they go back to that well one more time and see if they will maybe try to force their hand at the line of scrimmage a little bit better and get some better holes.
We're going to have a timeout here on the field. Timeout taken by Central. 3rd down and 11 with 4:32 left to go in this first half. Again, 3rd down 11 when we come back. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kennel in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kennel has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
Walmart Supercenters in Farmington and Deloge, and by New Era Bank.
3rd down and 11 following the Central timeout. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santegral, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington, Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home business, or life insurance. Central knocking on the door, but a 3rd down play as Pig will take the snap. Rolling out to his right, has a man coming across the middle. Ball is caught. Nick Fowler is going to be taken down at the 4-yard line. 1 man to beat. Unfortunately for Fowler, that man Logan Van Dieven came up with the tackle that time and saved what would have been 6 for Central. That'll make it 4th down and 3.
Yeah,
that ball was skied. I was a little worried that was going to be intercepted.
It was skied, but Pig had to get it up and out of the way of the defender that was about to hit him. And now it's going to bring up 4th and manageable here, but it's 4th and 4. You've got to really try to punch it into the end zone from all the way out at the 4.
Pig under center, sends a man in motion. You've got a fullback, that's Max Woods. August Black is the down back. Couple men sent in motion, might be that play we saw earlier in the drive. It is. Handoff to Black, but he's hit in the backfield and dropped. It's a turnover on downs as Jefferson holds firm. Black unable to break on through. The tackle for Jefferson, that would be the defensive end, Troy Jefferson, the 265-pound senior. He's a big boy, just simply overpowered his man and got right to Black.
Yeah, and I think Central fooled them early on in that drive with that look, and I think Jefferson now realized, hey, if we see this, we're going to have to really toughen up. And they've done a good job of being able to knife through kind of this Central offensive front. And so it's a great play by Jefferson to really hold them, and great play by Troy Jefferson to tackle August Black and not let him escape like we saw earlier in the drive.
Jefferson gets the turnover on downs, but they'll start this drive deep within their own territory. It's 1st down and 10, ball on their own 7-yard line. Now it's actually the 8-yard line. It's a little bit out of my field of vision, but it's the 8-yard line. Shotgun formation for Frisk. It's pistol formation to be precise. 2 wide receivers lined up to the left. Frisk looking to go to the air. Pass down the left sideline, looking for his man Bueller. That ball is caught. He'll be taken down, but not before he finds his way into Central territory, all the way to the Rebel 49-yard line. That's just a simple go route. Speed versus speed, and that time Bueller won out for the Blue Jays. Gain of 43 yards.
Yeah, and that time, that's the time to take a shot. You've got all the momentum on your side. Just throw a ball up there, let your big fella go get it. And that's exactly what he did, as he was able to beat Nick Fowler on this near sideline and was able to get a nice chunk of change to start this drive.
Cooper Frisk on another keeper. He's past the 45 to around the 42. We got a flag in there at the end of the play, as Frisk was taken down near the Jefferson sideline. See what the call is here after a couple of offsides and false starts. It's been a pretty clean game thus far. Not a lot of flags either way. In fact, this will be our first non-dead ball flag. Still no indication yet, but it looks like it's going to be called here against Jefferson. Looks like they're getting ready to mark it off, and they will. Looks like it'll be holding here called on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and it came from this near sideline official, and holding is the call. I was going to say, that was a clean tackle. I didn't think he was looking for a face mask on that tackle, but it'll back him up. It'll be 1st and 12 as they will flip to their own 49-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and 12, it looks like. 2nd down and 12. Again, ball on the Jefferson 49 now.
That was 1st down, wasn't it, partner?
It was, but Chain Gang's got the 2nd down up, and so does the board.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you've got some Jefferson coaches down there shouting, hey, it's 1st down, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Well, we'll see what they go with here. No changes yet. It's going to be a mishandled handoff. Frisk, I think, was trying to hand it off there to Kench. Kench wanted no part of it. Ball ends up on the ground, and Frisk will have to dive on it. It's a big loss here. They'll put 3rd down up, and it'll be 3rd down and 16.
The official here on this near sideline signaled 2nd down. I think they're trying to figure out what down this is.
Well, if you're a fan of Missouri Tiger football, you're familiar with the 5th down play. That's kind of what we're cruising for here. Now they're going to switch it back to 2nd. Actually, it would be more like 3rd down punt. I don't know. That's what I get for trying to force a reference in there. I'm pretty weak on that. But it's going to be 2nd down and about 16 to go. I'll stick to what I know. How about that? Shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff. Frisk rolling out toward his left. He's going to look to throw. Backing up. Tries to just send one down the sideline looking for Green. But it's a few yards shy. And it'll be 3rd down now for real. 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, and I think that was more of a desperation heave than it was an attempt to get it to Green. Green was able to get a little bit of separation, but that ball was so underthrown because of the way Frisk was rolling to his left, trying to come back basically across his body to set and throw. Just wasn't able to do it, and now they're going to have 3rd and long here. You got 2 plays to maybe try to think about setting up to maybe go for it on 4th down, but I think if you're Jefferson, you're going to be looking to try to get all this in one go.
Something to watch for as well. The clock, 2:04 left to go here in the half. Depending on how this play goes, that might guide what Jefferson chooses to do on 4th down. It's going to be a keeper. Frisk following his lead blocker. Gets around the 50 to about the 46 before he's pushed out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, but well short of the line to gain. It'll still be 4th down here and 6. And so Jefferson's got all 3 timeouts. If you go for it here, I think you maybe start running off a little bit of clock just to make sure that Central, if you don't get it here, won't be able to do much. Central still with 2 timeouts of their own. In fact, Jefferson going to come straight to the line, trying to get him to jump. Central holds. Now they'll look toward the sideline and head coach Matt Atley. Pistol formation. Now they'll step back up. Play clock reads 5. Frisk takes a snap. Looking for a pass up the middle. That ball almost intercepted. Somehow ends up in the hands, though, of Aiden Ussery, and he's got the 1st down. Tell you what, when that ball came out of the hand of Frisk, I thought that was interception bait and a half. Somehow, that gets around Cosby into the hands of Ussery. He gains a 1st down. Ball is on the Central 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good throw there by Frisk to really compose himself, because he really didn't have a good handle of that snap and was able to really kind of force that ball in there. And Ussery, a good job to really be awaiting that pass.
1st down and 10. Clock reads a minute 35. Frisk again looking to go to the air. Has a lot of time here in the pocket. Now moving toward his left. Now going to tuck it. Now going to run. Out of bounds. He's pushed. It'll be a loss. So give it a sack, quote unquote. I think Chad Cosby will get credit for the sack there. See, force Frisk out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of 1. Not the most impactful sack in the world, but Cosby's 2nd sack tonight.
Yeah, and it stops the clock if you're Central. You can maybe give yourself a chance to get the ball back and maybe get a drive together, but you really just needed that momentum killer, really kind of stop Jefferson from doing much of anything here on this drive. Obviously, a 1-yard loss is not a whole lot, but it's still something to kind of sink your teeth into.
The rain has stopped here in Festus. A minute 25 on the clock. 2nd down and 11. Frisk again back to pass. Again has good protection. Looking to go down the middle of the field. Bueller wide open, but it's overthrown. Incomplete. and it'll be 3rd down and 11. Again, looking for that deep ball to Bueller. What we're learning about him, he's got some straight line speed. Beats Fowler off the ball again, but the throw from Frisk a little bit too much, out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and that's not a bad play there. If you're Jefferson, that's the down to probably take a shot if you weren't going to go on 4th down. Now you've got 2 plays to try to get this 1st down here and try to burn some more of this clock as you're in Central territory. They're at the Central 37 for this 3rd and 11. But it'll be interesting to see if they go to the air one more time or if they try to run it on the ground and get a nice chunk play to set up for 4th.
Fakes the handoff. Frisk slips and falls. Looks like Cosby actually had his hands on him there. He'll get credit for the tackle. No gain, they'll say. 4th down and 11. And now we'll see, I think, Jefferson facing a 4th down and long. I think Jefferson's not really going to rush to do anything here. They might just take a shot and see what they can get.
And Central does get the opening kickoff of the second half, so they may be patient enough to say, let's let them try to beat us first, and then we'll worry about trying to score after the halftime break.
Might not try to go for the deep shot the more I think about it. Just try to maybe find a pass, find a play that gets you 11 yards, and then kind of operate as necessary.
Yeah, and Matt Atley is standing right next to the side judge, and he's going to call a timeout with 1 second on the play clock. 32 seconds left in the half, and we'll get this 4th down conversion after we get back.
We'll see what Jefferson does here. It will be 4th down and 11. 32 seconds left to go in the half. We're all tied up here at 6. We'll send it over to Jared, though, for an update before we head on over to that break. Jared, what you got for us?
Thanks, Connor. We actually won't take a break. We will keep it here. They are in the 2nd quarter in Glenwood, Illinois, and the Spartans having their way with North County. It's 27-0. Fredericktown up on Herculaneum late in the second, 14-zip. SLU leads Hillsboro late in the 1st quarter there. They started later than us, 7-0. And Farmington back on top of St. Clair, 19-14 late in the 2nd quarter. Valley Catholic leading St. Vincent 20-0. And St. Genevieve trails University City 14-7. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door at 1020 Woodlawn Drive just north of Farmington, providing over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. Connor, what's the atmosphere like in the press box? It's kind of chilly out here.
It's a little hot in here. Didn't have ears there for a second. It's a little hot in here, a little bit stuffy, but ultimately much better than last week. No fault of Farmington. I'm feeling a little more comfortable, though.
And we got a nice breeze through this open window that we've got going on.
And we've got power in the box tonight.
We do have power in the press box.
So all kinds of great stuff here. Again, Jefferson's got a nice facility here in Festus, a great looking field, and we were talking about earlier, no visitor side. Everybody's sitting on the same side. You don't see that all too often. It's a nice stadium. Having a great time here on this Friday night. 4th down and 11. Frisk rolling out to his right. Quick pass out to the right. Ball is caught by Van Deveen. Should I say Van Deven? He's got enough for the 1st down, and I think Jefferson, yeah, exactly. They got the yards they needed. They're going to take a timeout and explore their options. Needed 11, got 12, and Jefferson will take their 2nd timeout of the half. Timeouts brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington, and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Quick break. We'll come right back. Again, 24 seconds left to go in this 1st half. We're all tied up at 6, Central and Jefferson. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
When you can't be bothered to fuss with being your own barista, McDonald's McCafe has every cup to make a busy day delicious. With any size for the same price, get a premium roast coffee for $1.69, iced coffee for $2.29, and specialty coffee for $3.29. Don't stress over the mess of making it yourself, whether you like things simple with a premium roast coffee or sweet with an iced caramel macchiato. We'll do the coffee crafting for you, any way you like.
It's Glenwood Titans, not Spartans. Thanks, Pipkin. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jared. And, you know, they say correcting yourself is a sign of humility. Jared Pettis, a very humble man. But again, Glenwood all over North County tonight. 24 seconds left to go in the 1st half. Cooper Frisk dropping back to pass. Looking toward the end zone, didn't have it, decides to tuck and run anyway. Spins to his left, brought down from behind. After a gain here of about 3, and it looks like Jefferson going to be forced to use that final timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 7 on the gain of 3 by Frisk, and we'll take our perhaps final timeout of this first half as well. 14 seconds left to go in the half, and again, tied up at 6. Central and Jefferson. You listen to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Seconds left to go in the half. Jefferson with the football on the Central 21-yard line. No more timeouts after the quarterback run. Cooper Frisk forced to carry the football after nothing really developing on the pass, I should say, through the air. They're going to have to get it done right here, right now. Maybe time for a couple plays if you get down quickly. It'll be shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers set. Frisk takes a snap, rolls out to his left. Looking for Bueller near the sideline. Ball's overthrown. Ball's incomplete. 3rd down and 7. 5 seconds run off the clock. 9 to go in this first half.
Yeah, but not that play. I would have thought maybe they would have tried taking a shot at the end zone. I don't think you have a choice now. I think you have 2 plays to get into the end zone. Maybe one with how long Cooper Frisk has had time to kind of roll out and kind of survey his options. But that play, you know, it was a nice idea to try to maybe get yourself a little bit closer, get a little bit more high percentage throw at the end zone. But now you don't really have a choice. You're going to have to go for it now.
Coming up, pistol formation, packing in 2 wide receivers on each side. 5 men up front. We're going to get a timeout taken by Central. So we'll keep it right here as the Rebels take their 2nd timeout of the half. Again, all timeouts brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington, and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. So again, 9 seconds left. You need to go 21 yards. Basically, if you fall down inbounds, you have to sprint. Get back to the line of scrimmage immediately and try. Well, no, you're not going to have time. If you don't get the first down, you won't have time. You won't be able to snap it. You're going to need to pretty much get it all right here, I think. If not, very, very close to the end zone so you can get that clock stopped on a first down.
We may see one more kind of quick out like we saw on first down that they weren't able to connect on, but then you have to go for the end zone. And if I'm Jefferson, I'm going to kind of gear up for this one big play because Central can't take another timeout after this. They can't take consecutive timeouts. I don't think you give them another look at getting kind of set up. I think you make them take this one timeout. You really force their hand with whatever their defense they're going to show you on this one play.
You have time maybe for 2 plays depending on how quickly this one develops. You're basically playing with house money here. Central won't have any time to do anything with it themselves. Pistol formation, same formation before the timeout. Frisk looking to pass, has time in the pocket, tucks and runs. He's going to be taken down from behind. Didn't get enough for the first down, and I think that will do it here for the first half. So Jefferson threatens, but Central holds firm. And after 2 quarters of play, we are tied up at 6. It's a defensive battle tonight here in Festus. That'll take us into our Midwest Sports Center halftime report. Make sure you stick around. We've got stats on the way, we've got highlights, and of course, we've got more updates from around the area here as well. It's Central 6, Jefferson 6. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
No matter how you order McDelivery, right now get $5 off your entire order of $20 or more.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit YouChooseRewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trip, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 800-851-5371.
Welcome to the Midwest Sports Center halftime report on AM 1240 KFMO. Visit them for your next great adventure on the road, off the road, or in the water. KFMO Midwest Sports Center in Farmington is your premier dealership for power sports. Visit them for your next great adventure on the road, off the road, or in the water. Midwest Sports Center is your ultimate outdoor toy store. On Walker Drive in Farmington, the Midwest Sports Center halftime report on AM 1240 KFMO.
Back here at Jefferson High School, it is intermission. It is halftime, and the score, we haven't decided anything. 6-6, we are tied up after one half of play. Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley with you here outside the press box. It is Zach Pipkin and Connor Harbit inside the press box. Jay Sodal producing the video broadcast on top of the press box. We're on KFMO Sports Plus. Glad you're with us. You could also tune in on the KFMO app. It's time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door. A lot of games taking place. Let's get into it. Starting with the MAFC Conference, we will go ahead and take a look at what's going on with the Festus Tigers. They're up in the second quarter on Howell Central, 14-0 in that game. And North County trails Glenwood, Illinois nearing halftime, 34-0, the Titans leading the Raiders. Fredericktown leads Herculaneum late in the second, 14-0. Hillsboro trails SLU, the Junior Billikens, 14-0. That game nearing the second quarter. And DeSoto leads Perryville at halftime, 13-7. Farmington laying the smackdown on St. Clair in the second quarter. They were trailing, now leading 32-14. Valley Catholic leads St. Vincent 27-0 at half. St. Genevieve up on University City, 14-13. And at last check at halftime, Windsor shutting out Afton, currently 22-0. And here in our broadcast game, the score 6-6 at halftime. It was a very quick first half as both teams were moving the ball well. We'll have our halftime highlights and our stats and more in this Midwest Sports Center halftime report. That out-of-town scoreboard check, I should say, brought to you by Mineral Area Overhead Door at 1020 Woodlawn Drive, just north of Farmington, providing over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. It is the Midwest Sports Center halftime report, tied up at half, 6-6. Central and Jefferson. Highlights coming up after this break. You're on KFMO Sports Plus and your mobile device, the KFMO app.
Hi, this is Trent Quiava, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on San Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner or sleek fiberglass design, to year-round pool and spa services. And the retail store is open all year long to help maintain your pool and spa. Trust Home Pools and Spas to make your backyard the ultimate retreat. Visit them today and they'll bring your vision to life. Home Pools and Spas, where paradise begins.
Get a large 2-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza.
But wait! I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
But wait! Gotcha!
Big deals!
These days, we all want our money to go just a little bit further. We also want to support local businesses. When you visit the Big Deals online store, you can do both. Shop anytime. The store is always open and loaded with great deals. Buy discounted gift certificates to local businesses and spend them just like cash. Visit online or download the Big Deals app to shop right from your phone. Shop local, buy local with Big Deals.
To save big, go to B104FM.com or KFMO.com and click on the Big Deals logo.
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
Sports Plus and the KFMO app. Let's check out some highlights, shall we? 6-6 is our score. The Central Rebels and the Jefferson Blue Jays tied up at the half. Got a few highlights, though, in this one, despite it being a low-scoring game. Central found a defensive stop on the first drive of the game, got the football back, and were able to march down the field to pick up the game's first points on this long touchdown pass.
Makes it 3 on the right-hand side. Pig looking to air it out. Screen play caught by Devin Graff. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He's past the secondary, and he might be gone. To the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Central. A screen play. They got the blockers they needed. And Central strikes first with 4:30 to go in the first. It's 6-0. Thoughts? Thought Central might have a chance to make it a 2-score lead after they stopped Jefferson once again. Seemed to be marching down the field once again. However, a bad snap and a bad decision from the quarterback Pig led to Jefferson picking up what has been the game's only turnover. Unable to find any open space with the football. Now here's a snap that gets away from the quarterback Pig. Pig gonna try to pick it up, slips, and it looks like Jefferson may have fell on that football. Pig tried to pick it up and run with it. However, he left the football behind, and Jefferson is able to get to it. Gavin Green recovers the fumble for the Blue Jays, and they have great field position. They take over. 11 minutes left to go in the second on the Central 36-yard line. Yeah, 36 yards to go, and well, the quarterback Cooper Frisk said, "I'll take all those 36 yards." 3 plays is all it took for Frisk to get down the field, culminating in this 5-yard touchdown run. Keeps it himself once again, going back to the well, forward, into the end zone, touchdown, Jefferson. Tell you what, Cooper Frisk, he took advantage. All 36 yards of the drive go to the quarterback as he punches it in for 6. Jefferson a chance to take the lead, pending this PAT. Cooper Frisk, the leading rusher tonight for the Blue Jays. We'll get to that in just a moment. But again, Central, a recurring theme tonight. It looks like the Rebels are going to score before something gets in their way. This time, our final highlight, a turnover on downs on what was essentially 4th and goal. Couple men sent in motion. Might be that play we saw earlier in the drive. It is. Hand off to Black, but he's hit in the backfield and dropped. It's a turnover on downs as Jefferson holds firm. Black unable to break on through the tackle for Jefferson. That would be the defensive end, Troy Jefferson, the 265-pound senior. He's a big boy, just simply overpowered his man and got right to Black. And that's where we stand. 6-6 our score. Neither side able to convert their PAT. We are tied up heading into the second half. So a great game brewing here in Festus, a defensive battle so far. We'll take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your stats from the half. Your stats brought to you by Sam Sism for Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937. We'll be back after a short break. You're listening to high school football on the Midwest Sports Center Halftime Report on KFMO Sports Plus and the KFMO app.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse in Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection. Every meal is made fresh, served with a smile. Legendary food, legendary service coming together for a legendary experience. Only at Texas Roadhouse in Festus.
Central Rebels tied up with the Jefferson Blue Jays. Again, Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call here tonight. Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley over to our left. Doing things live here tonight. Well, live's not the right word. How about on location here tonight, taking care of the out-of-town scoreboard updates. And, of course, Jay Sodal up top taking care of the camera here tonight. Again, if you haven't had an opportunity to check out the live stream, make sure you do that. A couple ways to watch, KFMOsports.com, or you can also catch it on Facebook at our Facebook page. That's AM 1240 KFMO. It's picture clear. Hey, it's time for stats. They're brought to you by Sam Sism for Lincoln, supporting our community since 1937. Zach, what are the stats looking like for this game?
It's been pretty even, partner, and we'll look at first the stats for the teams, I should say. Central, 86 yards through the air, 46 yards on the ground, 132 yards total, averaging only 3.6 per play. A lot of that has come from large losses from bad snaps. And we'll look at Jefferson. They have 62 yards through the air, 59 on the ground, 121 total, 7 yards a play for the Blue Jays. So they've been doing pretty solidly with every play. And we'll look now at the individual stats. Brody Pigg is 4 of 6, all 86 of those passing yards and 1 touchdown. That touchdown going to Devin Graff, 1 reception, 56 yards, and that touchdown on the screen pass early in the ball game. August Black, 1 catch, 18 yards. Nick Fowler, 1 catch, 7 yards. Karis Foster, 1 catch for 5 yards. And on the ground, August Black, 9 carries, 48 yards. Karis Foster, 2 touches and for 1 yard of gain. Brody Pigg, we're going to call it 6 carries, counting the sacks and the fumbles, -1 yards on the ground. Nick Fowler, 1 carry for -2 yards. And then on Jefferson, it's been the Cooper Frisk show. Everything basically runs through him. He's 5 of 10 through the air passing for 62 yards. Those receptions go courtesy of Noah Bueller, a one catch for 43 yards. That's a major part of this offense. Aiden Ussery, 2 catches for 10 yards, and Logan Van Deven, 2 catches for 9 yards. And then on the ground, Cooper Frisk, 14 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Crater, 2 carries for 3 yards total.
And so those are your halftime stats. They're brought to you by CM Sism Ford Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no cost to you forever warranty. Go online to SismFord.com or call 573-431-3177. And so we are at halftime. We've got about 2.5 minutes until the kickoff here in the second half. Jared, it's been a fun night of football, not only here in Festus, but we've had some scores from around the area, some area teams that we kind of were looking for as contenders. They're taking care of business here tonight. A couple teams having a rough night or so, but ultimately, it's all week 2 stuff. And we're finding out again, as I said at the top of the broadcast today, who are kind of the contenders and who are kind of the pretenders.
That's absolutely right. Of course, Hillsborough started their game off slow last week. They've done so again tonight, down 14-0 against the SLU Junior Billikens. But outside of that, Festus, they're dominating tonight. Glenwood, Illinois is stomping North County. Valley Catholic going back leading St. Vincent. It's St. Genevieve and University City going back and forth as well. We'll keep you posted throughout the second half, but it's time to wrap up halftime, Connor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. When we next chat, it'll be time for the second half. Something's got to give here. Both teams with a touchdown, both teams with a failed PAT, but somebody's going to walk out of here still undefeated. Back in a moment. You're listening to high school football, not only here on KFMO Sports Plus, but also the KFMO app.
You've been listening to the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. Visit them for your next great adventure on the road, off the road, or in the water.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Opening coin toss, which means they'll receive here in the second half. Again, we're all tied up at 6-6 between the Rebels and the Blue Jays. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call. Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley over in the
quote-unquote on-location studio today, and Jace Odell up top. He's filming things today. Opening kickoff going to be returned here by August Black. Runs right into a blocker, but somehow breaks his way on through. He's got some serious yardage. He's past the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Ran right into his blocker. Thought maybe the route running could, or the directional game planning there could have used some work, but ultimately when you can stay on your feet like that, who am I to judge?
Well, he was following the Zach Pipkin coaching method of run to the sidelines away from everybody else, and then I think it was the kicker Frisk was actually down there looking to tackle him and just kind of ran right by him, and then he was able to find a crease and use that speed. You don't necessarily would think that until you see him kind of accelerate and use that burst of speed that he has, and that gives Central great field position as they'll start at their own 47.
This drive again starts, as you said, on the Central 47-yard line. Shotgun formation. Brody Pigg, who's played all game at quarterback today, he'll hand it off on first down, nowhere to go. I believe that was Black on the carry. It was. He'll lose a yard. Second down and 11, and that's been an interesting note tonight. We heard about the two-quarterback system. It would be Pigg. It would be Patterson. It would be Pigg. Tonight it's been all Brody Pigg.
Yeah, and I think that's a coaching decision that, maybe will set up your program for the future. Obviously, Braden Patterson is a senior. You don't necessarily love using a stopgap one-year quarterback. Brody Pigg, he's going to be around for another 2 seasons after this. I think giving him the most game experience now, as long as he's keeping you competitive in this game, which he obviously is, other than the bad snaps. But I think that is what is leading this decision from Coach Weiss.
Wide receiver end around. Nick Fowler fighting for every inch at the end of that one. Eventually, he's going to be tackled at the 50-yard line. We'll get that yard lost back, and then about 3 more. Gain of 4 for Fowler. It'll be third down and 7. Already a minute gone by here in this third quarter. Yeah, as you mentioned, both quarterbacks, similar skill sets. Both can throw it a little bit. Both can run it a little bit. The main difference is Pigg is a couple years younger and a couple inches taller as well. 6 foot on the roster. Patterson 5'10", 170 pounds. Pigg also 165 pounds. Man set in motion, that's Devin Graff going to his left. It's a screen play designed for Black. Gets away from one would-be tackler. Out past the line of scrimmage, dives forward. Did he get enough for the first down? I think he might have, and if he didn't, it's going to be very close. It looks to be 6 yards. It'll be fourth down, but fourth down and 1. Easy decision, I think, to go for it here.
Yeah, and I think, but you also have to, if you're going to go power, which it looks like they're going to, is they're going to run in some extra linemen and tight ends. I think you're really going to have to be efficient with this power eye look that we're going to see here from Central, as Jefferson was able to finally stop it there at the end of the first half. I think this play is going to have to really be crucial, and you're going to have to go pretty quick.
It is that super eye formation, as you said. Quarterback sneak. Pigg actually gets a nice push from behind, but he lost the football, and I think Jefferson picked it up once again. Tell you what, that was going to be a great play for Central, but it looks like Pigg might have had it punched out, and Jefferson will fall on the football. Second fumble of the game, and the second Blue Jay turnover.
Yeah, and those are the things that we talked about during the last turnover. Those are things that you're going to have happen with a sophomore quarterback. And like you mentioned, he may not have expected to be as far downfield as he was, and obviously got to have that ball security. Going to have to really be careful to not give up any more free possessions, as Jefferson was able to start kind of putting something together at the end of that first half.
Well, again, Central building momentum only to have it ripped away. We talked about that during the highlights segment of the halftime show. Cooper Frisk going to keep it himself here on first down. Going toward the left sideline, steps out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage, that being the 35-yard line. Looks to be no gain, second down and 10. We've talked a lot about Cooper Frisk here today. He's the leading ball carrier, the leading passer. I believe all but 3 yards today have come from Frisk in some way, shape, or form. He's been basically the focal point of this offense.
Yes, and he's shouldered the burden very well. Kind of took maybe a drive or two to kind of get into the flow and kind of see what Central was going to throw at him, but now he's been really able to just use his athleticism and kind of create on his own, and I think that's going to be a really big factor here as Jefferson keeps moving the ball down the field.
Pistol formation, quick pass out to the right. Noah Bueller with the catch. He's going to be taken down just shy of the first down marker. Looks to be 9 on the play. It'll be third down and 1, ball on the Jefferson 44-yard line. Again, Bueller, who is actually listed on the roster as a quarterback, make no mistake, he's played wide receiver. Lots of receiving stats from that first game, that first win over Priory. And he's got a couple big catches tonight. 52 yards receiving for Bueller. 3rd down and 1. Flag on the play. Play will continue. Frisk across the 45. Hit and taken down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. But we have to come back and see where that flag came in. Came in pretty quick after that ball was snapped.
Yeah, and I believe it came from this near side official once again. And we'll see if maybe that was part of the reason why he was able to get downfield was a offensive penalty. And that's kind of where it's looking like, as Jefferson's already walking backwards.
Already marching back, and so might be offsides. Might be false start. It is going to be false start against Jefferson. That 3rd and 1 will turn into 3rd and 6. Ball now on the Jefferson 39-yard line. 8:49 left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Still 3rd and manageable. We've seen them be able to pick up this yardage here, but you're definitely not in 4-down territory. I think you're going to have to be really careful if you try to go for it on 4th down. I think you really need to try to get this chunk of yardage all at one go.
3rd and 6, pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Frisk rolling out to his right, going to air it out, looking for his man on the sideline. Van Dieven, did he catch it? And they're going to say he did. Was able to keep his foot in bounds, and if so, well, nobody's really committing to it yet, and I think actually it might have been incomplete. I think the PA man may have fooled me on that one. Yep, it's going to be 4th down and 6. Looks like he might have not been able to get that foot down. Definitely caught the pass, but couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Yeah, and that was going to be a tough call for any official to make, as he was very well covered. It was a well-thrown ball there by Frisk to basically give his man the only opportunity to catch it. But like you mentioned, that would have been a real tap dance over there on the sideline and just unable to make it happen.
4th down and 6. High arcing snap. It's been dangerous all night back there. But Frisk will get the punt away. It bounces out of bounds at about the central 26-yard line. And tell you what, that long snapper for Jefferson, he puts that in a rainbow arc and gives Central a dangerous amount of time to get back there and maybe block it. But you got to give credit to the protection there. They've given Frisk some time to get that football away.
Absolutely, and that's something that, especially as if your quarterback is your punter. We saw this a lot with Case and Murphy in the Central Rebels a couple years ago on their way to the state title. It's not always a given that he's going to be able to punt that ball away. I think they've given him the nice option to be able to A, punt the ball away as intended, or B, make something happen. And he's done a pretty good job with his punt so far tonight.
So Central takes it once again. 1st down and 10. Brody Pig on the carry. He'll get a yard, nothing more. 2nd down and 9. Pig, much like Frisk, has done his fair share of work today. Not quite 100% of the workload like Frisk, but he's been able to get some things done today. Of course, has the 2 fumbles. That's a bit of a black mark on his day, but ultimately not having a bad night for a sophomore quarterback.
No, and I think it's a sign of confidence that Corey Schweiss and his group are leaving him in there to try to keep the momentum going and try to really let him face some adversity that maybe he has caused himself and try to let himself get back out of it. And I think that's a good decision for a young quarterback.
2nd down and 9 after the previous gain of 1. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers each side. Brody Cole sent in motion to his right. Pig looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Now looking to keep it himself. Past the line of scrimmage across the 30 to about the 34, 35-yard line. Really turns something into nothing there as he gains about 8. I thought maybe Pig was going to run out of room to run quickly there, but Pig, he's got some good lateral movement. Juke left and right there to kind of create himself a 8-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
And Coach Schweiss talked about his ability to run the ball and how impressive he was on the ground. And, you know, that's the kind of mobility that Central likes having. They like having a versatile guy in that backfield able to make plays happen.
It's that super I formation here on 3rd and 1. 3 backs lined up behind the quarterback. It's another keeper for Pig. Pig this time able to hang on as he crosses the 40 to the 41. Gain of 6 on the quarterback sneak. And it'll be 1st down and 10. 7 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but that time it was just a good push. It was the same play, just ran to the opposite side between the center and the left guard, and that time he had a tight hold of that football as he went down to the ground. It was a nice pickup there for Central, really try to get a drive established. We really haven't seen them drive down the field a long way. This could be that first real opportunity.
1st down and 10. Again, ball is placed on the Central 40-yard line. Trips to the right and 1 wide receiver to the left. Black in the backfield alongside Pig. He'll take a few steps back, under a lot of pressure here, moves toward his left. Gonna scare it out, but it's intercepted here by Evan Botkin. Botkin with the interception for Jefferson. He's still on his feet as he gets all the way down to the Rebel 10-yard line. Pig forcing a throw across the middle of the field. Botkin, right place, right time. That kind of pseudo linebacker defensive back spot comes up with a huge Jefferson interception. Third Central turnover today, and Jefferson 10 yards away from perhaps taking their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and that was just a decision that Brody Piggs saw that his man was open, but he didn't see the defender coming in and closing down on that route. And that was going to be a tough play to make anyway, rolling to his left, trying to throw back into the middle of the field. It was just a tough play from a young quarterback.
First down and goal from the 10. Flag is thrown as Frisk keeps it himself. Had some trouble in the backfield, just barely able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. But again, we do have a flag. Jefferson's been the recipient of of more flags here today. We will see if this might make this first down and goal a little bit trickier. It is going to be holding initially. They signaled it on Central. That was a mistake. It's actually, it's actually an illegal shift on Jefferson. Not on Central, but on Jefferson. We all messed up there. I'll take some of the blame too. I got the penalty wrong. But I think might have been penalty declined. It is. Central would rather take second down and goal.
That's an interesting decision.
Second down and goal from the 10.
I would make them try to go again, but obviously you're just burned to play. So interesting decision there from Coach Schweiss.
Second down and goal from the 10 after the penalties declined. Frisk fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Max Woods into the backfield for the tackle. It was a design quarterback keeper, but Max Woods blew through the line that time and will back up Jefferson another yard. It's third down and goal from the 11.
Yeah, they've seen that look too many times. I don't think they're going to get fooled. And that's linebacking core that we've really bragged about. Last year it was anchored by Jackson Jones, but this time it's a lot of guys. Chad Cosby's done a really good job on this near side, really forcing Frisk to go out wide. And then Diaz and Woods have done a great job holding down the middle of the field.
Third down and 11. That decision to decline the penalty looks a little bit smart here. It is third down. We know Jefferson didn't attempt a PAT after their touchdown. Frisk having trouble receiving the snap. Under pressure, throws it toward the corner of the end zone. Karis Foster with some good coverage knocks it away. It'll be fourth down and goal from the 11.
Yeah, great job there by Dakota Bowers. Basically almost had a shoestring tackle for a sack. He kind of blew that play up right from the get-go. And Karis Foster on the back end, I don't think that pass was going to be catchable either way. But Karis Foster, a great job to knock it further out of bounds and knock it out of the way.
Yeah, Foster certainly made it so it was definitely 100% uncatchable. That throw, again, might have been overthrown by a yard or two, but Foster, hey, why not? Maybe you come up with an interception if you tip it up in the air. Fourth down and goal from the 11. Again, Jefferson not really confident in the kicking game, as we found out from that earlier PAT try. They're going to go for it here. Central looking for an impressive stop after giving up the interception. Play clock is at 1, and it looks like we're going to get a delay of game call here unless Jefferson got the timeout off, and I think they did. Jefferson will take the timeout. That's their first of the second half. Timeout's brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansagra, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington, and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact him today for a free quote on auto, home business, or life insurance. Quick break. We come back. It'll be fourth down and goal from the 11-yard line. 5:16 left to go in the third. Tied up at 6. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
At Boyd & Associates, we're not your average CPA.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kennel in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kennel has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
40 KFMO. We come back to this one, though, here in Festus, Jefferson High School, tied up at 6. Fourth down and goal for the Blue Jays. They need to get 11 yards to score and break this tie we've had since early in the second quarter. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call tonight. Pistol formation. Cooper Frisk takes the snap. Going toward the back corner of the end zone. That ball is overthrown, incomplete, and Central gets the turnover on downs. A nice stop, nice job facing adversity there. Central not giving up an inch. In fact, pushing Jefferson back a yard to give this offense another try.
Yeah, that's a heck of a stand as they were able to get two basically stops in the run game and really force Frisk to pass. And that time, just two overthrown balls into the end zone, and that's a easy turnover on downs for the Rebels as they're trying to get something started here.
Yeah, now Central will have to get something started themselves. They've had their struggles today, mostly with the turnovers. It's trips to the right, one wide receiver left. Foster, the lone wide receiver, lined up on the left-hand side. Pig in shotgun formation. Black is the receiver. Pass up the middle of the field, looking for Max Woods. That pass is broken up. It's the safety over the top, that being Gavin Green. Was able to hit Woods. That was a bit of a hospital pass there, as they call it, as Woods had no idea Green was coming up on him. Lucky, maybe, that it was just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and we've seen that play run by Central before where they'll fake the screen and they'll run the tight end right up the middle of the field. And that time, it was a good job by Gavin Green to cut down and recognize what was happening from that safety spot.
Yeah, Green wanted the tackle. He did not want the ball on that one. Here is that screen play. Ball is caught by Fowler. Trying to follow a blocker through. Gets to about the 12-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Tackle was made by Tyler Crater. Good job sticking with the screen that time, even through the lead blocker. And, well, actually, I thought it was going to be a gain of 2. It was not. It was no gain. 3rd down and 10. I always follow the wrong ref.
And we're at a sharp angle, partner.
We are. No excuses, though. I told myself here in 2025 I wouldn't blame the refs every single time. I know I did that last year, and I'm not trying to do it this year.
Already in mid-season form.
I am in mid-season form. We're in week 2, baby. Broadcast game number 6, I believe. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down and 10. Looking to air it out down the left sideline. Jump ball. Foster has it stolen away. It's another interception here for Jefferson. It's going to be Logan Vandeven up the right sideline. He will score. Touchdown, Jefferson. It was a jump ball. Both Karis Foster and Logan Vandeven go up for it. Foster had a hand on it for a brief moment. Vandeven rips it away and then had smooth sailing down the right sideline for 6. It's a defensive touchdown on the 4th turnover of the day for the Central Rebels.
Yep, and that time it was just a ball that hung up in the air too long as Karis Foster, I think Brody Pig may have released it just a little bit early. Karis Foster was able to close the distance down on his man Vandeven, but once he went up, he wasn't really in a good position. It was going to be a hands-only catch if he would have gotten it, and Vandeven was able to kind of box him out and turn the corner and scamper down that far sideline. And that's a big play for Jefferson.
It's about a 40-yard interception return for Vandeven. And Jefferson will line up for 2, now leading 12-6 with 4:09 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Frisk in shotgun. Tyler Crater the back. Frisk faked the handoff. Gets away from one would-be tackler. Looking for the pylon. Dives, and he's in. It's an 8-point lead for the Blue Jays. But an interception for Logan Vandeven. And a return up the right sideline breaks our scoreless tie. It's Jefferson 14, Central 6. We'll take a break and come right on back. You're listening to high school football on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit YouChooseRewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
KFMO
You're watching high
Sports
school
Live.
football on KFMO Sports
Watching
Live.
high school football on KFMO Sports
During that break,
Live.
we actually had the trainer come out and check on Jefferson QB Cooper Frisk. He did jog back to the sideline, so it looks like he's all right, but did have to check on him after that 2-point conversion. As you might remember, dive toward the pylon. Might have landed a little wrong there. Those pylons, they're pretty heavy. But Frisk looks all right. It's a 40-yard pick six. Logan Vandeven breaking our scoreless tie, or excuse me, our tie, not scoreless. But Jefferson will kick it away. It's another return here from the front line for Central. That time, picking up and running with it. That would be Kellen Welch, who brings it out to the Jefferson 39-yard line. 14-6 our score, 4:05 left to go in the third quarter, and I think the story now for Central, you got to get out of your own way. 4 turnovers tonight, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. You just got to calm down and take care of the football.
Not including the turnover on downs that you were near basically the red zone on the other end. So that's 5 possessions now that they've had a chance to maybe try to get something going. They've moved the ball decently well tonight, but like you said, they just cannot get out of their own way. And Brody Pigg is still in at quarterback.
Pigg will try it again here. It's a quarterback keeper, following August Black through the gap as he gets about 3 or 4 yards. Now place it here at the 43 for a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6. 2 lost fumbles today, 2 interceptions, and again, as you mentioned, the turnover on downs. Central offense, it really looked like they were going to have their way today, judging by those first couple of drives. However, as we found out today, it's been all about the defense instead. Both ways. Shotgun formation. Pigg will hand it off this time to Black. Black, a hard hit at the legs. Who got in there? It looks like that might have been Evan Botkin. He's already got a highlight play tonight with the interception, the first interception of the night. He was in there, and actually they'll also say in on the tackle that time was Holden Green. I have them on the wrong number on the defensive side, as we found out. Used to wear a different number. Nope, he's on the defensive line wearing 53. He was also in on the play that time. Gain of 1, it'll be 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5, 2:45 on the clock. 2 wide receivers right. Quick pass out toward the left. Ball caught by Karis Foster. Able to get away from one tackler, but loses his footing. He'll dive forward to get a couple more yards here. Not enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2. Gain of 3 on the pitch and catch from Pigg to Foster there.
Yeah, and the timing on that play just wasn't quite right, as Foster was really trying to go out to that sideline, and he kind of had to hitch and kind of wait for that ball to get to him. And by that time, the defender kind of closed up, and that kind of took any kind of time and space Foster may have had to get upfield away.
Into that super eye power formation. We've seen the quarterback sneak work pretty well the last couple times they've gone to it, despite the fumble on one of those 2 tries. But we've seen Jefferson, they've been able to adapt to certain plays, and I think Central's going to have to burn a timeout. Yeah, they only had 10 on the field, and the play clock running down. To avoid the delay of game penalty, they'll take a timeout instead. It's their first timeout of the second half. Timeout's brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington. Jonathan Steppen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home business, or life insurance. 1:57 left to go in the third. 14-6 Jefferson. High school football on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Before we get you back to Connor and Zach, an out-of-town scoreboard check in University City, the St. Genevieve Dragons victorious 27-13. The Dragons now 2-0 as they beat University City, again 27-13. Valley Catholic up on St. Vincent in the third, 34-7. Farmington leading St. Clair in the third, 33-14 at last check. Back to Connor and Zach in the broadcast booth to our right.
Area teams doing well tonight. We'll see all 3 of those teams a little bit further down the line. The Warriors, the Dragons, and the Knights. Great night for some of the area teams. 4th down and 2. Central, after taking that timeout, come out in that super eye formation. It's another quarterback keeper. This time it's going to be close. Where did Pig get to with the football? They're coming in around the 49, which is the line to gain. We'll see where they spot this football. Jefferson wants to say that they made the stop, but judging by where they're placing the football, they haven't put it down yet, so maybe I won't get ahead of myself. They're certainly huddled around the 49.
I believe they're going to bring the chains out to measure, but the way they put that ball, I think he is right on the line to gain.
Yeah, looking at the eye test here, this is pretty much dead center for me, and where I'm located in the booth tonight, it looks like they might have gotten it. Looks like we've got an update. We'll send it over to Jared. What do you have for us?
Yes, so as I gave you that update, got an update from Farmington again. The Knights leading St. Clair now 40-21. That's in the third quarter. And out of Potosi, or not out of Potosi, I guess I should say, out of Charleston, the Potosi Trojans lead Charleston 19-0. That game's at half. Back to you guys.
So as they continue the measurement here, it is very close. Woo! No indication just yet. Jefferson starting to celebrate. They think it's short, and it is. A turnover on downs as Brody Pig is stopped. Has to be a centimeter or two, and the Jefferson defense comes up big again.
Yeah, and that time it was the same kind of push quarterback keep play that we've seen the last two times, and that time I think he just kind of fell over his lineman. I don't think he really had a hold to kind of burst through like last time. And man, that's a close spot, as this is going to be the near side official was the one that had the view of where the ball was, but normally in these situations on that far hash you give it to the other side judge. Man, that's a tough spot and a tough play there for Central, as they're going to have to try to get another stop here.
Yeah, they have to. With the way this game is going, kind of the game flow, I think if you go down 2 scores here as we approach the end of the third, it's going to be a long road ahead for the Rebels. But it all starts with a stop right here. First down and 10, ball on the Central 48-yard line. In between, as we established earlier, Cooper Frisk in pistol formation. 1:50 left to go in the third. 2 wide receivers left. Frisk takes a snap. It's a handoff this time. Haven't seen too many of those today. It's mostly been fakes. Going up the middle, that was Tyler Crater. He will take it forward 5 yards. Second down and 5. I was going to say eventually, they say eventually you fake the handoff and you get some empty space. It kind of works the opposite today. You faked it so many times that just handing it off is kind of the surprise play.
Yeah,
time.
And that's what happens with the option. You don't necessarily want to overplay your hand in one way, and I think maybe Jefferson now is going to start seeing that and maybe start really seeing some holes open up.
Second down and 5. This time they will fake the handoff. Frisk looking to air it out, having trouble in the pocket, has to scramble away. Still looking for somebody to throw to. Throws it down the right sideline, overthrown, incomplete. Central wants a flag somewhere in the backfield. Honestly, was looking for the football when the yelling started, so maybe not sure what they might be wanting down there, but it is going to be third down and 5.
And it was Chad Cosby. He got lit up in pursuit of Frisk over on that far sideline, and they were wanting an illegal blindside block. And the official, I don't think he was willing to argue with BJ Jones, as BJ was out basically 5 yards off the sideline trying to argue his point, and I think a lot of the Central faithful were yelling for a flag as well, and they're not going to get anything.
Yeah, but they will still get the incomplete pass. It is third down and 5. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. And yeah, now it's Jefferson who has to burn a timeout to avoid another delay of game penalty. That will be the second timeout of the half here for Jefferson. They have got 1 remaining. Again, timeouts brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santagra in Farmington and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. We will go ahead and take a timeout ourselves. We got 1:05 left to go in the third. 14-6 Jefferson. You're listening to high school football on KFMO Sports Plus and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski. Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski. Yeah. Bundle-Rooski, 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 Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jefferson goes back to the well. Cooper Frisk with the keeper, and he's got enough for the first down. Gain of 7. It'll push it up to the Central 38-yard line. First down and 10. 50 seconds left to go here in this third quarter of play. 14-6. Jefferson leads by 8 over Central, as Frisk keeps it once again for another modest gain of about 4. Frisk now up to 19 carries for the game. 19 out of the 22 times that Jefferson has run the football tonight.
Yeah, it's been Cooper Frisk and a little bit of Tyler Crater kind of thrown in there as a decoy. But yeah, and I think we may see Jefferson try to run this clock out. It is almost dead even. So even if they're not going to get this, try to run a play, they're going to have to let it run all the way down.
Well, trying to judge and see, yeah, they are exact. The clock is changing at the exact time as the play clock, so I think they're going to run out the rest of this clock and take second down and 5 to start the fourth quarter. We've got 12 minutes left to play. Jefferson in Central Territory trying to make it a 2-score lead. As it stands, the Blue Jays lead the Rebels 14-6. Got that final quarter on the way. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trip, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 800-851-5371.
Hi, this is Trent Quiala, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, located on San Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner, or sleek fiberglass design, to year-round pool and spa services. And the retail store is open all year long to help maintain your pool and spa. Trust Home Pools and Spas to make your backyard the ultimate retreat. Visit them today and they'll bring your vision to life. Home Pools and Spas, where paradise begins.
Hand it off to Logan Vandeven on the end around, but having none of it that time. That would be Chandler Leibarger, the 6-foot junior for Central, 210 pounds. That's a big loss on the play. In fact, it's a loss of about 8 yards. That's the risk when you take an end around like that. You can lose some serious yardage. It's a third down and 13.
Absolutely, and fresh legs and on that defensive line for Central, and paying off there as he was able to knife right through and break up that play before it even had a chance to get going.
Already 30 seconds gone by in this fourth quarter. Cooper Frisk rolling out to his left, looking for a man down the sideline. Now will set his feet, now throws, lifts one up. Ball is popped around, eventually falls incomplete. Intended receiver was Vandeven. Tell you what, had it in and out of his hands a couple times before it eventually fell to the ground. Almost an opportunity for Central to find an interception there. Instead, it'll be fourth down and 13.
And that was a pass that just kind of floated up in the air. Probably should have been intercepted, probably should have been caught, then probably should have been intercepted again, and then almost caught again. I think the roller coaster of emotions was maxed out on that play.
Well, with the ball on the 42-yard line of Central, despite facing a fourth down and 13, Jefferson is choosing to go for it here. With the way their defense has played today, might not see it as a high-risk decision. It's pistol formation. Frisk dropping back, flushed out of the pocket, spins to the left. Under a lot of pressure, Brody Diaz bearing down. Pass is caught near the line of scrimmage, or the line to gain, I should say, and I think it might be enough for a first down. Noah Bueller coming through with the catch that time. And yeah, it's going to be a first down. Needed 13 and got exactly that. That's a big play there from the QB and the wide receiver.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Diaz was really bearing down on Frisk, and that's just a great play, great field awareness from your two seniors, Bueller, the receiver, and Frisk, the quarterback, to just kind of check it up there and kind of hope and pray. I mean, it was double coverage. He did a good job to get it to his man and able to get the nice extension on the way down to the ground.
That's definitely a mood killer, I think, if you're Central thought they might be getting the ball back. Instead, it's a new set of downs. Cooper Frisk with the keeper, but again, it's pushed out toward the sideline. Bearing down on him that time, that was Brady Schweiss. Flying in on the safety blitz, got into the backfield, and it's another big loss here on first down for Jefferson. Making a loss of, looks to be, help me out here, 6. Second down and 16. All the way back here to the Jefferson 34-yard line, the Central 34-yard line.
Yeah, and at that point, you almost, if you're Frisk, you may have wanted him to just kind of throw it to the sideline and just try to save the play. I mean, it was obviously a design quarterback run, and at that point, he had nowhere to go and just kind of coasted out of bounds. But yeah, you may have wanted him to kind of throw that ball away and just live to fight another day.
Second down and 16. Fake handoff, ball on the ground, still loose, Central's on it. They've got some room to run. It's the big man up front. He's gonna tuck and run, gets all the way down to the Jefferson 35-yard line. Big guy running, Keegan Sherrill, the junior. He rumbles and bumbles and stumbles all the way into Blue Jay territory, and Central suddenly signs of life with their first turnover of the day.
Yeah, and that time it was just a bad handoff there from Frisk to the guy in motion, and the ball was on the ground and kind of pinballed around. As we thought maybe Chad Cosby fell on it right away, and then kind of got rugby scramble kind of out toward the 50-yard line, and Sherrill was able to kind of pick it up and keep going. And you always love to see the big fellas get an opportunity to shine, and he was taking full advantage of it, as Central now got a lot of momentum on their side. You talked about it. Kind of had a mood killer. This may be a mood awakener.
A lifter, yes.
A lifter if you're Central.
Sherrill, 6'2", 220 pounds, and a lot of straightforward speed. First down and 10, ball on the 35. Pig in shotgun formation, sends Foster in motion, hands it off. Foster looking for a place to cut. Still running east-west, leaps, tripped up and taken down. Tell you what, Foster going for the high-risk hurdle there. Lucky, as he was kind of hitting the back of the legs there, that it didn't turn out worse. I would have liked to see Foster maybe cut that one up a little earlier. A little bit too much east-west running there for me, as it ends up a loss of 2 on the play.
Well, that's just the type of player that he is, but I'm also surprised that the official did not give him forward progress, as I thought it was going to be at least a gain of 1, and I think the Central coaches are having a conniption over there, as they mark it as a loss of 2, but that's where he ended on the play. That's not as far as he got. I'm interested to see what the reasoning behind that placement of the ball was.
Second down and 12, as you mentioned, loss of 2 on the play. Shotgun formation, and again the play clock is running down, and again another timeout's going to have to be burned. For Central, that'll be their second timeout. Both teams now with 1 timeout remaining here in this second half. 9:45 left to go here in this one. Central still trailing by 8. It's 14-6. But the Rebels control the football. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Get a large 2-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza.
But wait! I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
But wait! Gotcha!
Football on KFMO Sports Live. You're watching high school football on Park Hills.
Out of the Central timeout. Again, both teams with 1 timeout remaining. 8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. 14-6. Jefferson leads Central. Devin Graff sent in motion. Pig takes a snap. Screenplay. Ball caught by Brody Cole. He's past the 35 to the 30. Still on his feet as he gets to about the 24-yard line. It's going to be close to the first down here. If it ain't a first down now, it'll be inches. And it looks like it is going to be 3rd and 1. Wow. Again, didn't quite give him the spot I thought they were going to give him there. The spots have been, for better or for worse, a little bit off here in these last couple minutes. As we mentioned, the Central coaching staff not necessarily happy with a couple of those calls, but it is still 3rd and favorable here after the nice screenplay run there to Cole. 3rd and 1, ball on the 24-yard line. Super I formation, handoff to Black this time. Black able to create some space. He's inside the red zone to about the 19. 1st down and 10 Central. Central's best opportunity in quite some time, but again, they've gotten this far before. You just have to punch it in at this point.
Yeah, and I think this is a solid drive that you got to be able to punch it in. We've talked about it. They've just not gotten out of their own way. They've had 6 turnovers tonight, two fumbles, 2 interceptions, 2 turnovers on downs. Now you've got to try to make something happen here. You got 8.5 left to go in this ball game. Now's the time to shine and really dig deep and find it within yourself to try to get a score here.
Need to find a touchdown, need to find a 2-point conversion. 1st down and 10, again, ball on the 19. Pig will keep it himself, cuts it upfield as he crosses to about the 16. Pyle's going to form, Pyle's going to push him back. For momentum should give him the 16, and it looks like that's what they'll give him. It'll be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Under 8 to go now in the 4th.
Yeah, and I don't mind that play at all. You're getting forward yardage. You're not taking any crazy risk, and Pig able to kind of fight and keep the legs churning as Central's going to try to quicken the pace here just a little bit, as we're going to see Super I once again.
Dakota Bowers in at fullback. You also have Max Woods in the backfield, and then August Black is the deep back. It's a handoff to Black. He'll lunge forward across the 15 to about the 14. Modest gain of 2. Obviously 4 down distance. You're operating with 2 plays here. You need 2 plays to get yourself 4 yards. And fortunately for Central, it's been about 3 or 4 yards each play this drive.
Yeah, and you just got to go forward. You can't afford to lose the ball, and you can't afford to go backwards. You've got a good opportunity here, 3rd and manageable. Like you mentioned, you got 2 plays to get this 1st down. Don't have to get it all at one time, but you have to try to find some way to get forward and get a way to move those chains.
Same formation. Again, it's a handoff to Black. Black into the secondary. Black down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal. Black with a burst of speed all the way down to the 5. Gain of 10 on the play. And Central just a few yards away from having a chance to tie this one up. Same formation again. Another handoff to Black. This time nowhere to go. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Yeah, and I don't think they had the play call in, as August Black was basically looking at the sideline as that ball was snapped, and I think he was surprised to see that the ball was going to him. So I think we're going to see Central take a chance to get set. You've got 3 plays to get it into the end zone. There's no need to hurry this. You need to be able to make sure that you're calm and confident and able to punch it in.
Still with that Super I formation. 1 wide receiver lined up to the right. Another handoff to Black. Black's got some space. He might have been tripped up there, barely. Somebody got him there. And it's enough to take him down, but not before he gains 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2. Looked like Black was maybe going to have some empty space and a clear path to the end zone. Somebody just barely caught a piece of him there.
And Karis Foster checking in at receiver out on that far sideline. Maybe watch for a jump ball his way.
Again, Super I formation. It's a keeper for Pig. Pig dives forward. Did he get the push he needed? We're waiting on the signal. And I think he's going to end up a yard shy. And here comes perhaps the biggest play of the game. It's 4th down and goal from the 1. What does Central have? Can they dig deep and get this final yard? Same formation. It's another quarterback keeper trying to push him on in. Did he get it? Touchdown Central. Pig got the push he needed from behind in that Super I formation. And Central perhaps a 2-point conversion away from tying this one up. They're not out of the woods just yet. Still, the next most important play coming up next.
You got the hard part out of the way. You got the 6. Now you have 1 play to get the 2. And with 5:20 on the clock and only 1 timeout, you're really going to be looking to get a stop very quickly on defense if you do not get this.
PAT try brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Obviously going for 2. It's shotgun formation. Foster sent in motion. He'll join them back in the backfield. Pig takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking for the pass, looking for that near pylon. Ball is caught by Cole. The 2-point conversion is good, and we are tied. Pig airs it out. Cole makes the catch. We're tied up at 14 with 5:20 to go here in the fourth. That PAT try brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for your medical eye care concerns, including dry eyes and other eye diseases. We've got a brand new ball game, 5 minutes to decide a winner here in this one, but Central ties things up. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
You are watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live.
That time from Central, it was a short kick, but Jefferson's going to lose yards on the return. The Blue Jays will start their drive on the 26-yard line. That ball was caught at about the 30-yard line. The return man was trying to go east-west with it, but on a short kick like that, you don't have much time to make a choice, and Brody Diaz just simply ran him down.
Yeah, that was a great kick coverage down there, and not really allowing Jefferson to have the short field on maybe what you would have assumed on that short kickoff. And they will start at their own 28-yard line. 5:16 to go. They're going to have a chance to put a drive together here to take the lead back.
5:16 to go. Both teams with one timeout remaining. If you're just now joining us, a 1-yard touchdown run for Brody Pig ties things up after the converted 2-point play. Frisk with the keeper. Tripped up, but stays on his feet. Jukes back toward his left. Gonna get about 3 or 4 yards before finally being taken down by a host of Rebels. That clock continues to run. Both teams having to take 2 timeouts in this second half to avoid delay of game penalties. Eager to see how maybe that kind of plays into these final few minutes. Neither side really has as much control of the clock as they would like to have.
Yeah, this game may come down to whoever has the ball last and is able to put together a scoring drive, and if not, we're heading into overtime and free football maybe on the horizon.
Down to 4.5 minutes, 2nd down and 6. Frisk rolling out toward his left. He's looking for that one-on-one play down the field. Tries to throw it across the middle. Ball is caught by Van Dieven. Tell you what, Van Dieven having himself a ball game at that wide receiver spot, maybe as a defensive back as well, definitely as a defensive back as well, has the pick 6 for a TD. It's another big gain there across midfield to the Central 49. Gain of 18 on the play. Well, hold on. My statistician having a little trouble.
Well, he went down at the 50, and then they gave him an extra yard.
So 19.
19 yards.
19 yards. First down and 10. Ball again on the Central 49. 4 minutes left to go in this one. The tension in the air. Snap to Frisk. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself. Hit in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1. I don't think either decision on the option play was going to be a good one that time. Central busted through. Silas Richardson, first one to get to the ball carrier that time.
And that was close to being a helmet-on-helmet hit. And Frisk, he took a shot. I mean, he was able to kind of curl up, but it was still, like you mentioned, no decision on that option play was going to work as Central had that one well scouted.
2nd down and 11. Ball is back to midfield, so you got your 18-yard gain, quote-unquote, in the end. Pistol formation. Frisk takes a snap, looking to pass, looking toward the right sideline, floats one up, overthrown, was looking for Bueller on the out route. Instead, that'll make it 3rd down and 11.
And that's the type of play that Jefferson has really struggled to connect on, is the simple pitches and catches outside. They've just been overthrown, and I think if you maybe kind of focus that energy downfield, I think they've had a lot more success rather than trying to go side to side, trying to give their athletes time and space.
3:20 now on the clock. 3rd down and 11. 4 wide receiver set. 1 back in the backfield. That's Tyler Crater. Frisk dropping back in the pocket. Stays in. Now trying to find Vandeven. Makes the catch, but he's going to be well short of the line to gain. Not wide. I mean, he went wide, but it's going to be only a gain of 2. Vandeven did a good job to bring that one in. It was a little bit wide of where he was at. There we go. I brought it back around, but it's going to be 4th down and 9.
Yeah, and that play was Frisk was trying to step up, trying to find anything, and almost wasn't a catch there. And minimal gain there. It'll bring up 4th and long. We'll see if Central can get another stop here.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here. Ball is on the 48-yard line of the Rebels. 2:41 now on the clock. Snap is above the head of Frisk. He's got to chase it down. He'll pick it up. Has to look to do something. He punts it away. And that ball is going to be picked up by Foster at the 34-yard line. I don't know if that was ever supposed to be a punt. Tell you what, Frisk made a business decision. He punted away. Central almost touched it and made it a live ball. Foster will dive on it, and Central takes over at the 34. That was one of the plays of all time.
Yeah, it was a bad play, and like you mentioned, that's just a business decision. He is the punter, and he got a decent kickoff for what the situation was. And like you mentioned, Foster did a good job to realize what was happening and fall on it as it went between the wickets of one of his men in front, and it may have glanced off of him. You never would have known, but we won't have that chance now as Foster covered it. Central has a chance to go down and take a lead.
Tell you what, it is a great decision by Frisk. We'll get to that in a second as August Black takes it forward for 6 yards. Clock reads 2:30. You get tackled on that play. Central takes it at about the 25-yard line. You punt it away. That's about a 45-yard swing. It's a great choice there by Frisk to recognize that the play was basically blown up. You want to let your defense try to make a stop here, and you want to give them as many yards as possible.
Absolutely, and no kind of chucking it down the field and hoping it falls incomplete either. Best outcome possible.
Another handoff here to Black. Black into the second line as he gets to around the 44. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Black is still down. He'll be helped up here. Actually, they're going to blow the whistle and come check on him here. Clock will freeze at 2:08.
Typical posture of somebody with a cramp in that right calf, it looks like, as he's getting some assistance from a teammate.
So here's the situation as it stands. It'll be 1st down and 10. I believe they're going to place it at the 44-yard line. And that would be enough. No, they're going to say 3rd and inches. So scratch that. 3rd and inches from the 43. Well, essentially the 44. Tell you what, I might want to measure that. That's really close. But I digress. It's going to be 3rd and short. 2:08 on the clock. And only 1 timeout remaining. If you're Central, you've been mostly attacking today with short runs here and there. You've been able to kind of make it 3-4. And haven't really had many big plays tonight. When do you decide that you've got to start maybe looking for chunk plays?
I think you, pick up this 1st down, and then I would say probably get another 1st down and see where you're at. I don't necessarily think that it's time to start panicking and start chucking the ball down the field. They've gotten good they've gotten good yardage every play. They've been able to move the ball forward, but like you mentioned, it just has been a whole lot. I think you get at least this 1st down, kind of see where you're at. There's still no time to rush. We're not at that point yet. You've still got a chance to get a couple plays set up. We've seen, big plays early in the ball game. Now with the tired legs, maybe we'll see a breakdown in coverage. You just never know in this type of situation.
Still checking on August Black down there. Again, he is the injured Rebel. Looks to be dealing with a cramp. They're going to try to help him up now. Again, Black has been a big part of today's game. He is he's got the highest workload. I'm going to say he is your leading ball carrier tonight, also by yardage. The presence of quite a few double-digit numbers would definitely tell me that. But if he has to come out here,
I believe it
would be Karis Foster, at least on the 2-deep we received before the game. Karis Foster would kind of take over at that running back role. And we know Foster is an athlete. We know he can certainly step in. We saw that last year. We've seen that a little bit tonight with him getting the ball here and there. But it is still a pretty substantial loss if Black has to take more than a few plays off here.
And we may see them kind of go 5 wide and play without that running back, is that's the initial look we're seeing right now on 3rd and inches. Or
Yeah,
no, they moved it. Made it 1st and down.
So it is 1st down and 10. Again, 2:05 is on the clock. Man set in motion, that's Brody McIntyre. Now 4 wide receivers. They'll send another man in motion. That's Fowler. Now you've got 4 wide receivers overloading the right side of the line. Looking for that out route. Ball is caught by Fowler, pushed backwards. They're going to give him momentum, but it's only going to be a gain of 1. And that clock will keep moving here down to 1:44. Those kinds of plays, they're not going to work unless you can get out of bounds.
No, and I think you're also, if you're Central, as long as you hold on to the ball, you may be content to try to play for the extra time. But at the same time, you'd rather not take your chances. We'll see how aggressive Corey Schweitz wants to be here. And with only 1 timeout to play with, they're letting a lot of time run off this clock as we're approaching 12 seconds on the play clock and 1:15 on the game clock.
Yeah, if he wants to score here, he's really not showing it right here, right now. Man set in motion. It is Graff coming over to the left-hand side. You've got trips left. Screenplay going to be caught by Cole. Cole across midfield. Gets to the 48. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
It's a pickup of 6, and they're going to have to go quickly here to pick up this 1st down first. And then from there, they're going to have to really start taking some shots as the clock continues to run as we're at 40 seconds left on the game clock.
3rd down and 2, 38 seconds left. It's the super I formation. Handoff. It's going to be Karis Foster who carries it. He's got the 1st down, still on his feet as he looks toward the right sideline. Past the 40, the 30, the 35. He's to the 29-yard line. Steps out of bounds, stops the clock with 28 seconds left to go. Again, we mentioned Karis Foster. He'll step in at that running back role, and you don't really lose a lot between Black and Foster. They're both talented guys who can definitely do some work with the football.
Absolutely, and he was able to shake and bake and really show off that athleticism, kind of giving him a burst of speed forward to start. We really haven't seen him have a lot of time and space to kind of do his thing. We'll see if that continues to happen here on this drive.
Another handoff to Foster through the middle to the second line. Jukes away from one defender. He's inside the red zone to the 15. Clock will continue to tick. He's tackled in bounds. Does Central want to use that timeout right here, right now? They still have 1 remaining. Clock won't start until they set the football. They'll do it. 18, 17. They'll go ahead and spike it here to stop the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 16 seconds to get 15 yards. We know Central doesn't have much of a kicking game. They have not gone for the PAT tonight in either of their touchdowns. And from the kickoffs we've seen, it's been short plays. Or it's been short kicks, I should say. It looks like it'll need to be a touchdown if they want to win this game. 16 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10. Super I formation. Handoff to Foster. A little bit of trouble finding some space. He's tackled behind the line, and Central is going to have to take that final timeout. Clock stops at 10 seconds. We'll go ahead and keep it right here as we'll take the short pause in the action here. Well, did they call the timeout? I think they did.
They're saying they didn't.
They're saying Central doesn't have any timeouts. And so the clock will run out. Well, hold on. Now they blow the whistle. And they'll stop it at 1 second. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But the timeout's going to be called, and both teams will head off to the sideline. So we'll maybe need to get an explanation what happened there. But what we do know now is I'd like to go over the upcoming broadcast schedule here for us at KFMO Sports, as we've got quite a busy week next week. 5 days, 5 broadcasts for you here on AM 1240 KFMO. That starts on Monday, where we'll have volleyball for you. That is St. Pius at Central. And then Tuesday, we bring you more volleyball. Arcadia Valley, they visit Potosi. On Wednesday, softball, our one fall softball game of the week. That's Cape Notre Dame visiting Farmington. We saw the Knights earlier this week, yesterday in fact. And then on Thursday, we've got more volleyball for you. Fredericktown at North County. Finally on Friday, week 3 of the high school football season, we'll revisit the Central Rebels. They'll be taking on the Fredericktown Black Cats. Again, that'll all be on AM 1240 KFMO. That's your McDonald's upcoming broadcast schedule with locations in the Parkland. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. So we come back here with 1 second. Tell you what, Central is lining up for a field goal try. They're going to try for the field goal to win the game. Devin Graff on to attempt the field goal. Ball is on the 18, 17-yard line. It'll be about a 35-yarder. Graff looking to win the game for the Rebels as the clock expires. This will be the final play of the game. Hold is good. Kick is up and away. Line drive kick. It is no good. Wide left. We are headed to overtime. It had the distance. It had the height, but it was shanked to the left, and we have free football tonight. Central goes for the 35-yard field goal. Again, wide left. We will take it to a break. When we come back, we've got overtime on the way. We'll explain the rules, and we'll get all set when we come back. Again, all tied up at 14 after 4. Listen to high school football on the KFMO Sports Plus and the KFMO Sports app.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com.
For it this season, week 2. And we are tied up at 14 heading into extra plays. Jefferson and Central. Central finding the touchdown they needed in the fourth quarter, lined up for a game-winning 35-yard field goal. Devin Graff, he had the distance, had the height, but pulled it too far to the left. So, to explain overtime, if you've watched a college game, you basically get it here at the high school level here in Missouri. They'll trade possessions back and forth. One team will start. They'll pick it up, I believe, on the 25-yard line. Whatever your result is, the opposing team will get a chance to try to match. Now, if the second team does better, say if Jefferson picks up 6, Central picks up 8, game is over. Central wins. But if the two teams still have the same score after the first overtime, you'll swap it. The other team will go first the second time around. You do that until you have a winner. It's very simple, but you're basically playing from the 25-yard line out from henceforth.
And I believe Central won the toss, and they will defend first on the end zone to the right of your listening device. And they will attempt to get a stop here and then try to go down and score themselves on that same end zone to the right.
So it'll be first down and 10. Ball on the 25. No clock to worry about. Just down, distance, 25-yard lines to pay dirt. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call here tonight. Jared Pettis, Braden Cooley over to our left on the on-location studio here today. And then, of course, Jace Odell up top, providing you with the camera footage today, the live footage, the live video. Man, it took me a while to get to the not awkward sounding phrase that time around. Live video at KFMOsports.com and on Facebook at AM 1240 KFMO. So, Jefferson with the football to start overtime. Overtime number 1. It'll be pistol formation with 2 wide receivers right. Frisk takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. It's going to be a good solid gain here on first down to about the 17 yards for Tyler Crater. And it will be second down and 2.
We talked about it earlier in the ball game. Crater basically been used as a decoy all game to kind of open Frisk up, and that time it was a nice little play to start this drive. Got a nice chunk of change, but you're still looking for pay dirt. Second and 2.
Second down and 2. Ball on the 17. Pistol formation with the wide receivers this time lined up to the left. Play whistle dead. We've got a flag.
Flag on the play.
Looks like it might back up Jefferson another 5 yards. False start called against the Blue Jays.
False start.
And I'll tell you what, it's been a game of adversity for the Rebels here today. The 4 turnovers Every time it seemed like Central was really pushing forward, they were pushed back a little bit. Jefferson, meanwhile, it was a slow start, but they've really ramped up the game. Kind of inverses today, and it's no surprise we're here in overtime.
Yeah, and Central did a good job to force it into overtime and nearly had a chance to win it. Jefferson now trying to capitalize on the opportunity that Central wasn't able to convert.
2nd down and 7. Frisk dropping back to pass. Still has time in the pocket, going to float one up into double coverage. That ball overthrown. On the coverage that time, Brody McIntyre. You also had, I believe, one of the linebackers out there. Looks like that might have been Chad Cosby who tripped back into coverage there. 3rd down and 7.
And P.J. Jones not afraid to disguise these defenses. We've seen a lot of pressure look from the edges of from this linebacking core, and then they've kind of drifted back into coverage, and that's really thrown Frisk off as he's been really forced to use his legs and not been able to really successfully start this passing game.
3rd down here. Frisk fakes the handoff, going to carry it himself, but there's nowhere to go as he's pushed out of bounds. He's going to be well short of the 1st down marker, and we're going to have 4th down here for Jefferson on their first possession here in overtime. Obviously, a 0 is the best result here for the Rebels, as that means any scoring will be enough to win the game on your possession. But you got to get this 4th down stop. It'll be 4th down and 7. They need to get to the 15. The ball at the moment is on the 22. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers each side, 5 men up front. Frisk takes a snap, looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looking for the comebacker. Ball is caught, still on his feet. Bueller, he's going to cross the 10. He's taken down just shy of the 5-yard line. It looks like it'll be 1st down and goal from the 7. Well, they needed the 7-yard line, or they needed the 15-yard line, I should say. And they got that and a little bit more, as once again, one of the wide receivers here coming up with a big grab, that time on the comebacker route. 1st and goal again from the 7.
And Bueller's had a great game being there for his quarterback, and his smallest gain today when he's gotten the ball is 9 yards. 43, 9, 13, and 15, all big chunk plays for Noah Bueller and Cooper Frisk.
1st down and goal again from the 7. Pistol formation once again, packing the line up front. Looking for that slant route across the middle. Ball falls incomplete. Good coverage again out on the far side of the field. Brody McIntyre breaking that one up. And tell you what, this is a Central team that last year had trouble at times with pass interference calls. Tonight, they've done very, very good at just making sure that they've not been too aggressive on the coverage, just doing enough to knock it away.
Yeah, and I think Frisk may have telegraphed that a little bit. He was really looking out toward Van Even's way before that play was snapped, and they're going to put Noah Bueller out on that side now against McIntyre.
2nd down and goal again. Ball on the 7-yard line. Frisk takes a snap, keeps it himself, tries to run between guard and tackle across the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Gain of 4 sets up 3rd down and goal.
And that's just good forward momentum. Now you've got 2 plays to punch it in. And I think if you're Jefferson, I think you're pretty happy with the position that you're in right now. I think they may try to go one more pass, kind of go one-on-one, try to challenge the secondary of Central, and then you've got one more play to get it into the end zone.
3rd and goal, again, ball on the 3. Looking for the downhill run, and they've got it. Touchdown, Jefferson. It's the keeper, Cooper Frisk, from 3 yards out. And Jefferson reclaims the lead, 20-14, pending the extra points. Jefferson has not gone for 1 today. They've gone for 2 every time out. And so I imagine they'll do it again here, try to put maximum pressure on Central.
And it's always a risky proposition. They're 1 of 2 so far tonight. Going to have to really convert this to put the pressure on Central to get the score and the conversion.
Another keeper here for Frisk. Bounces off what would have been the tackler. Ball is lost. It's going to be picked back up here. Aiden Kirch with it. Still on his feet, but he's going to be eventually taken down at about the 11-yard line. Good effort there from Jefferson despite the blown up play. But Central comes up with the stop. They'll need 6, but they are in business here. Still have a possibility to end this one in 1 overtime.
And there was a flag for an illegal blindside block, and that's going to get declined as Central was able to stop the 2-point conversion. So that play would have been going back either way, as it was Max Woods got taken out trying to track down it was Kinch on the pickup. And like you mentioned, now Central ball in there, basically in their court, to use a basketball reference. Definitely a chance here to answer. You got to get the 6 first, and then you got one more play to try to win this ball game, because I don't think they're going to be satisfied trying to kick the extra point and taking that chance.
Worth noting, not too much of an issue, but it also is worth noting you play on the same side of the field in overtime, so we'll simply just back it back on up to the 25, and it'll be the Rebels' turn, trying to move toward that sizable video board they have here at Jefferson High School. So, second half of the first overtime coming your way. Central needs to score. They have to score at least 6. I should say have to score a touchdown. Field goal's not going to cut it. We'll see if the Rebels can push it on through. 20-14. First down and 10 on the 25-yard line. Central really going with that super I formation. They're going to go to it again. Karis Foster is the back. One wide receiver to the right. That's Graff. Handoff. Foster. First down. Maybe gets a yard. It'll be second down and 9 from the 24.
Now we're going to see what the playbook entails here for Corey Schweiss, as may have gone to that look one too many times. Jefferson able to kind of get a breather in between scoring the touchdown and getting this defensive stance started.
Again, second down and 9. Looks like they maybe didn't even give him the yard. Maybe looks like half a yard. Regardless, second down. Same formation, but this time putting the wide receiver out to the left. Pitch out to Foster. Foster gonna run toward the sideline. And again, trying to stretch it out too far. He's tackled well behind the line. It'll be third down and 13. The Central crowd yelling, cut up, cut up. Foster again trying to push it toward that sideline where he can use that speed. But Jefferson swarming to the football there. Was not going to get there.
Yeah, Central's lucky there wasn't a holding call from the referee. I think Jefferson fans were causing a commotion about a hold as one of their men got tackled to the ground. And now you're really going to force Brody Pig kind of to go back to the air. We really haven't seen him do that a whole lot since that second interception. Now it's going to rely on the shoulders of this sophomore quarterback to try to get this offense in gear as it's third and long. You've got 2 plays to get 13 yards.
Good news is in overtime, you don't have to worry about punts. You know you have 2 plays to get this 13 yards. We're going to have a timeout taken here by Central. Central's going to take a timeout. I believe that is the one timeout they're allotted here in overtime. And so we've got a chance to kind of breathe and kind of look at the situation. As I said before the timeout, you can operate knowing you have 2 plays. 13 yards, obviously not ideal, but if you can get it in 7-yard chunks, and this Central offense has been proficient today at getting those 5, 6, 7-yard plays, you can maybe get out of the woods here. But you know you're operating basically with 2 plays.
Absolutely, and I think it really comes down to how much do you trust Brody Pig to throw it down the field, and how much do you want him to try to swing it out? They have not had a lot of success on these plays that go east to west. Jefferson's done a very good job with their 5 linebacker. We talk a lot about Central's linebacking core. This Jefferson bunch, they've done a really good job kind of mixing in and out their different pressures and looks, and they've covered the side-to-side plays very well. If you're Central, you're going to have to really attack downfield, and that's going to really rely on Brody Pig to find his receivers.
For the first time in overtime, Central is not coming out in that I formation. It's a 4 wide receiver set with 1 back in the backfield. That looks like that might be not Foster out there. It's Max Woods. It's going to be an end around. Foster with some room to run downhill. He's going to cross the 25, but he's going to be hit and taken down. It'll be 4th down, and it looks like 7 to go. Gain of 6 on the play. Again, it's going to get you close-ish. If you can run that again, you might be in business, but, well, no, they're going to give him 8. So maybe not quite what you need, but it all comes down to this play right here. Does the Jefferson defense have a stop left in them? Does the Central offense maybe have a little bit of magic left? They are looking at a 4-man front here. It's going to be a bit of an odd formation. You've got 4 wide receivers looked to the left. Pig is under center. 1 back in the backfield. Pig takes a snap. It's a screen play. Ball is caught. No, it's going to be a double pass. Braden Patterson has a man wide open. August Black with the score. It's the double pass. Braden Patterson, the first time we've seen him tonight. finds a wide open August Black in the end zone. Touchdown Central. They have a chance to win it. My goodness. What a try, what a risk, and they played it to perfection.
You can't get too focused on the big play. You've got to convert here now. But I thought maybe the trickeration was over. It is not over. And now Central, they're going to go to the extra point. They have not done this all night. But I believe the kick from Devin Graff earlier really giving Corey Schweiss some confidence as they're going to try to go for the win with 1 point.
Yeah, he had the distance last time up. He also had the height. Just simply pushed it too far to the left. Remember, he also grounded one earlier. But looking to win it right here. Tied up at 20. Kick is up and away. It is through, and Central wins the ball game. Central will win it in overtime with a little bit of trickeration and a converted PAT for Devin Graff. 21-20 your final score. Central will go to 2-0 on the season. What a ball game here in Festus, but it ends up with the Rebels on top.
That's some moxie right there. That's some real courage to come down to your final play, your final chance to score. And, you know, Central, they've always been known for having fancy plays and a fancy offense. That may take the cake. They've faced adversity. They turned the ball over 6 times tonight, and they still come away with the 1-point win. And I think if you're Jefferson, there's a lot of good to take out of this ball game, but man, this one's going to stink for a long, long time.
Absolutely wild finish tonight here in Festus, but again, Central improves to 2-0 on the season with a 21-20 win over the Blue Jays. And with that being said, we'll all take a breath. We will move on in to your post-game show here tonight. We'll take ourselves a break. We'll come back. Pipkin and I will wrap things up. We've got your stats, your play of the game. I think I know what the play of the game is going to be here tonight. And, of course, your player of the game as well. Back in just a flash, you are listening to high school football right here on the Parkland Sports Leader, the KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kettle in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kettle has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
When you can't be bothered to fuss with being your own barista, McDonald's McCafe has every cup to make a busy day delicious. With any size for the same price, get a premium roast coffee for $1.69, iced coffee for $2.29, and specialty coffee for $3.29. Don't stress over the mess of making it yourself, whether you like things simple with a premium roast coffee or sweet with an iced caramel macchiato. We'll do the coffee crafting for you, any way you like.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit YouChooseRewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
Welcome to the Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress post-game show. Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills offers a wide selection of mattresses, couches, dining tables, and more. Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where they turn your house into a home. The Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress post-game show on AM 1240 KFMO.
It is the Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress post-game show here on the KFMO Sports app, or the KFMO Sports Plus and the KFMO app here tonight. What a ball game we have just witnessed here at Jefferson High School here in Festus. Overtime, the Central Rebels with a double pass. 2 QBs on the roster, you might as well use them. Pig to Patterson to Black to win the ball game. Not quite yet, but to tie it up, Devin Graff boots the PAT and again wins this one in overtime to improve to 2-0. Connor Harbit, Zach Pipkin on the call here tonight, and of course, Braden Cooley, Jared Pettis over in our on-location studio tonight. Jace Odell up top providing the live video. Before we get to the play of the game tonight, Zach, what moxie from Central tonight, facing a 4th down, potentially the final play of the game, to know what to do. No timeouts, simply just line up in your 4 wide receiver set, get Patterson onto the field, get Pig to take the snap, get it to Patterson, and then what a ball from Patterson to find a wide open August Black, nobody within 10 feet. What moxie to finish the game in that manner.
Yeah, and we talked about it. It's like they have no timeouts. That is a set-up play that they ran. So they probably knew, hey, if it's 4th down after the run with Karras Foster that was able to pick up 6, we're going to go to this play. And if we get the first down, we're going to this play. And obviously the more exotic look came up later in that ball game, but that was a good job by Brody Pig to corral a bad snap from under center. That was how it started. It was a little bit of a fumble on that transition, able to get it out to Patterson. And Patterson, we thought he would come into the ball game much earlier than he really did. And, coming off the bench and delivering a dot to August Black, who we saw come off the field earlier in the ball game with what we believe is a cramping issue. He comes in, and like you mentioned, there is nobody in there around him. I mean, it was a well-thrown ball to a guy that they did not expect. It was everything everything you could have wanted if you're Corey Schweiss and the Central Rebels, and they get out of here with a win.
100% perfect execution, and that's a nice segue into our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game tonight. I'm not going to give you many guesses on what it was tonight because I think it's fairly obvious. I mean, you had several plays tonight, and as always, you give shout-outs. Of course, Logan Van Dieven, what an INT return to give Jefferson the lead at that time. Of course, Central had some nice plays tonight. Devin Graff, even before the PAT, had a nice pitch and catch there for the first score of the day. But yeah, I mean, you got to go with what essentially was the game-winning play here tonight. How many yards was it there, Zach?
23 yards.
23-yard double pass from Pig to Patterson to Black. This is our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game. One back in the backfield. Pig takes a snap. It's a screen play. Ball is caught. No, it's going to be a double pass. Braden Patterson has a man wide open. August Black with the score. It's the double pass. Braden Patterson, the first time we've seen him tonight, finds a wide open August Black in the end zone. Touchdown Central. They have a chance to win it. My goodness. What a try. What a risk. And they played it to perfection.
You can't get too focused on the big play. You've got to convert here now. But I thought maybe the trickeration was over. It is not over. And now Central, they're going to go to the extra point. They have not done this all night. But I believe the kick from Devin Graff earlier really giving Corey Schweiss some confidence as they're going to try to go for the win with 1 point.
Yeah, he had the distance last time up. He also had the height. Just simply pushed it too far to the left. Remember, he also grounded one earlier. But looking to win it right here. Tied up at 20. Kick is up and away. It is through, and Central wins the ball game. Central will win it in overtime with a little bit of trickeration and a converted PAT for Devin Graff. 21-20 your final score. Central will go to 2-0 on the season. I haven't heard my voice crack like that in a long time. It caught me off guard. It was an excellent play. Again, Pig to Patterson to Black, your Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game. Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills. Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture Mattress. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, couches, dining tables, bedroom furniture, and more. Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, where they turn your house into a home. Let's go ahead and move on over to our next segment now, as Zach, we've got some stats to go through. Our final game stats tonight, they're brought to you by Sam Sisson Ford Lincoln, supporting our communities since 1937.
Real quickly, we'll look at the team stats. Pretty even offensive splits for the Rebels in this ballgame. 135 yards through the air, 139 yards on the ground, 274 total for Jefferson. 120 yards passing, 77 yards on the ground, total of 197. So a nearly 80-yard differential from Central to Jefferson, and I think that kind of tells the story of the ballgame, where Central was able to move the ball, but a lot of those turnovers really canceled out a lot of scoring opportunities that they could have had, and they were still able to find a way to win this ball game. We'll look at the individual stats now first. For Central, Brody Pig, 10 of 16 for 112 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Braden Patterson, obviously, one attempt, 1 completion, 23 yards, and a touchdown. For the receivers, Devin Graff caught that 56-yard screen pass and converted it for a touchdown early in the ballgame. August Black, 3 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Brody Cole, 2 catches, 16 yards. Nick Fowler, 3 catches, 8 yards. Karis Foster, 2 catches for 8 yards. And on the ground, August Black led the way, 17 carries, 81 yards. Karis Foster, 9 carries, 32 yards. He played a very important role late in that ballgame with August Black on the sideline. Brody Pig, 15 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Nick Fowler, 2 carries for 1 yard. For Jefferson now, Cooper Frisk, 10 of 23 for 120 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Receiving, Noah Bueller led the way, 4 catches for 30 yards. Logan Van Dieven, 4 catches for 30 yards. And Aiden Ussery, 2 catches for 10 yards. And on the ground, Cooper Frisk, 25 carries, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Crater, 4 carries for 15 yards, and Logan Van Dieven, 1 carry for -7 yards.
So again, those are your final game stats. They're brought to you by Sam Sisson Ford Lincoln, supporting our community since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no cost to you forever warranty. Go online to SissonFord.com or call 573-431-3177. One more thing for Zach and I to do, and that is hand out some free pizza. It's our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game tonight. Today, we go with August Black. And, you know, there are, again, some players that we need to give shout-outs to, not only on Central side, but also you got to talk about Jefferson a little bit. Logan Van Dieven having a great game tonight. Cooper Frisk, he was certainly doing some work as well, but we got to go with Black here today. He was the workhorse for this Central offense, comes through 17 carries for 81 yards. That's an average of 5 yards per play on the day. And then, of course, came up with the big plays when Central needed it the most. Finally, the last part of that connection to win the ball game. So Black definitely deserves a shout. And again, the tenacity to come back from a cramp that took him out for quite a few plays to get it done here in this one. August Black, he will be our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Little Caesars, located in Farmington. Get a classic hot and ready large pizza from Little Caesars in Farmington. Choose from pepperoni, sausage, or cheese pizza for just $6.99, or a large thin crust pepperoni for just $7.99. Available all day, every day at Little Caesars in Farmington and Deloge. That'll wrap things up for our portion of the Cornerstone Furniture Mattress post-game show. Central proves a 2-0. Jefferson falls to 1-1 on the season. Next up for Central, they are, back at home against Fredericktown. We'll have that for you next week on AM 1240 KFMO. Look forward to that. The Rebels and the Black Cats. Jefferson, meanwhile, they will take on the Black Cats of Herculaneum. So both teams taking on some Black Cats next week. But we'll take ourselves another break. We'll come back and continue on with the Cornerstone Furniture Mattress post-game show. Jared Pettis, he will carry you the rest of the way. Again, from, Jefferson High School here in Festus. For everyone involved, I'm Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed bringing this one to you as much as I enjoy bringing it to you here tonight. Back in a moment, you're listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, KFMO Sports Plus, and the KFMO app.
Your outdoor...
Hi, this is Trent Quiala, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, located on San Joe Drive in Park Hills.